Only one game to go before the Christmas break as we're back here inside Ector County Coliseum for tonight's matchup between the Amarillo Wranglers and the Odessa Jackalopes. Hi, everybody. Guy Chiarenza on the call once again. And this is the third game of the three-game set here in Odessa for the Wranglers. Wranglers won 2-1 on Thursday night here in this building, then fell 3-2 to the Jackalopes last night in a 5-round shootout. Wranglers already coming away with 3 out of 4 available standings points out of the last 2 games. They'll look to put 2 more in their back pocket before they head home for the holiday break. It's going to be shaping up to be a fun one here at Ector County Coliseum. If it's anything like we saw the last 2 nights, it's going to come right down to the wire between 2 South Division rivals that are right in the mix in terms of playoff positioning. The Wranglers entering the matchup with a record of 15-9, 5-1. That's good enough for 4th place in the South Division right now. They are currently tied for that 4th spot with the El Paso Rhinos, who sit at 3rd, who hold the tiebreaker over the Wranglers. Wranglers have a win percentage of .600 and have 36 points on the year. So Wranglers riding high, having a successful road trip so far, but the message from head coach Ryan Anderson coming into tonight was that the job is not done. We're not yet onto Christmas. We still have one more game to go. The Wranglers look to bring their A game against the Jackalopes team that is trying to surge up in the standings. It's the final game of a very long homestand for the Odessa Jackalopes here at Ector County Coliseum. Started a lot of games off on the road, kind of fell back behind in the standings. Now, at the tail end of a 10-game homestand, they've finally started to gather some steam and put some things together, as the Jackalopes are 5-2, 1-1 in their last 10 games. Have a record of 13-11, 2-2 on the season. It's good enough for 6th place in the South Division, and they have 30 points on the season. Jackalopes are one of those teams that, all 6 teams make the playoffs. They could be one of those teams that could find a way to have a second-half surge and sneak their way into a playoff spot. Both these teams need these 2 points badly, as the Wranglers trying to climb up in the top 4 to determine their playoff positioning as they're hit the midway point after last night's game. This will be game number 31 for the Wranglers on the season. And so every night, critical 2 points on the line. Wranglers look to come away with some more in their back pocket before they head home for the holiday break. They'll see New Mexico on New Year's Eve for a 2-game set there once they come out of the break. Wranglers on the road so far this season have a record of 6-3-1. But we talked about the Wranglers trying to become a better team on the road. Well, they're certainly doing it here at Ector County Coliseum. We talked about the 2-1 victory on Thursday night. Came back from a 2-0 deficit last night to force overtime and then ultimately fell in the 5-round shootout. Think about picking up a critical point on the road, and talking to the coaching staff, it's always good to pick up a point, especially in enemy territory. So the Wranglers will look to get the full 2 here tonight, although it seems like whenever the game is close, the Wranglers are able to, most of the time, come away with a win, and if not, able to at least squeak out a point out of it, as the Wranglers so far this season have a record of 13-2, 5-1 in games decided by 1 or 2 goals. Amarillo is 6-5 in overtime and 3-1 in the shootout. Wranglers have been riding high as of late. We got some key performers in the lineup as we turn to our starting lineups here from Odessa. The Jackalopes will start with their top line of James Richmond on the left wing, standing at 5'10", 165 pounds. He has been hot as of late, as Richmond this season has 6 points in 18 games, but all of his points scored this season have come in his last 9 games. So he has had a pretty good stretch. We'll look to continue it here tonight against the Wranglers. Down the middle for Odessa, wearing number 26, Michael Kadlasik scored the overtime winner between these 2 teams the first time they met this season, back a couple months ago at the Budweiser bullpen. Kadlasik, standing at 6 foot even and 170 pounds, will center that line with number 8, Cameron Dunn, on his right wing. Now, you want to talk about guys on a heater? Cameron Dunn is certainly on one, as he's the leading point scorer for the Jackalopes with 23 points in 28 games. He's currently on a 4-game point streak. He has 2 goals and 2 assists in his last 4 games. So the Jackalopes will turn to that line for some offense here tonight, as they will get the start. On defense for Odessa, wearing number 6, John Wojciechowski will get the start at lefty, standing at 5'9", 165 pounds. Wojciechowski is playing in his 4th season with the Jackalopes. To his right, wearing number 10 on right defense, Riley Rosenthal, standing at 6'3", 205 pounds, who'll be paired up with Wojciechowski. for that top D pairing getting the nod here tonight. Last night it was Quinton Sigurdsson for the Odessa Jackalopes. He shouldered a lot of the workload. Tonight it'll be number 31 in goal, Belly, as Max Belly will get the nod in goal for Odessa. Standing at 6'1", 175 pounds, the native of St. Louis, Missouri, will be making his 4th appearance on the season for Odessa. For the visiting Amarillo Wranglers, they also will start out with their top line, and nobody in the Wranglers lineup has been hotter than number 93, Jack McDonald, as of late, as McDonald is currently on a 4-game point streak. He has 5 assists in that span, 2 of them coming last night. So the 6'1", 165-pound forward will look to get things started for the Wranglers on offense. Down the middle, number 4, Ben Ivey will get the start at the center position, standing at 6'4", 205 pounds. The native of San Diego, California, scored the Wranglers' 2nd goal last night on a beautiful feed from McDonald, going coast to coast. Put a one-timer past Quinton Sigurdsson. To his right is twin brother Jack Ivey, who you could arguably say is the 2nd hottest Wrangler in the lineup in terms of scoring, as he has scored in every single game that he's played in this building so far this season, as he has 3 goals in 3 games at Ector County Coliseum, including 1 last night on the power play, the Wranglers' first of the evening. He's currently on a 2-game goal-scoring streak. So Jack Ivey, standing at 6'3", 200 pounds, native of San Diego, California, will be on the right wing with his twin brother Ben Ivey, centering that line with Jack McDonald on the left wing. Both Ivey twins are committed to go play at Army next season. On defense for the Wranglers, Nick Troutwine, appearing in his 6th game as a Wrangler, will get the start at the left defense position. Troutwine was acquired a couple weeks ago from the Minnesota Wilderness for a 2024 4th-round draft pick. And Troutwine, the way you watch him play, you think he's been with the Wranglers all season long. Plays a steady style of defense, and they will look for him to be a lock on the blue line here tonight, paired up with number 19, Nolan Gagnon, at right defense. He's been an assist machine, a good puck-moving defenseman for the Wranglers so far this season, standing at 5'10", 175 pounds, wears the A on his sweater as one of the alternate captains, with Kyle DeMarco as Ben Ivey is the captain. Gagnon will get the nod at right D for the Wranglers. And for the 3rd straight time here this weekend, Connor McDonough between the pipes. McDonough has a record of 13-6-4-1, a 2.33 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the year. He stopped 20 of 22 last night against Odessa in the shootout loss. We come back here on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We'll have first period action from Ector County Coliseum. Coming up next, the national anthem.
This is Topi Puikkonen, and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
We are all set and ready to go from Ector County Coliseum. It's the Wranglers and the Jackalopes coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube, as the Wranglers will turn to Connor McDonough in goal. McDonough making his 25th start of the season. That is the most out of any goaltender in the North American Hockey League. He has a record of 13-6-4-1, a 2.33 goals against average, a .912 save percentage, and 1 shutout on the year, coming early in the month of November against the Shreveport Mudbugs. The Jackalopes will turn to Max Belly in goal, making just his 4th appearance of the season, stark in contrast to the amount of games that McDonough has seen. Belly this season has a record of 1-1-1, with 2.8 goals against average and a .904 save percentage. But that one win came against the Wranglers on November 26th. That was a 6-3 Jackalope victory where Belly stopped 28 of 31. He will get the nod between the pipes for the Jackalopes, and is what is sure to be a high-spirited, high-flying South Division battle. We appreciate you tuning in to NATV and YouTube here tonight for this battle between the Wranglers and the Jackalopes, one of my favorite rivalries in the South Division. These games this weekend have been a ton of fun to watch, and we're glad to have you along for the ride here tonight. Ben Ivey will take the opening draw against Michael Kadlasik, as they will lean in, and away we go from Ector County Coliseum. Jackalopes win the opening draw. Rosenthal across finds Wojciechowski. He will lift it out to center. Ben Ivey picks up the free puck and finds Jack McDonald. Tries to center one from Jack Ivey. Pass goes behind him. He is able to get a stick on it, though, as it pops up into the air and down the left wing while Richmond will skate it out to center. Little dump and chase action, tries to bang it off the board to himself. The Wranglers cut off that play as Troutwine sends it across to the far wall. McDonald in the neutral zone finds Gagnol coast to coast, gains the blue line, winds it down deep, but it goes off the body of Vardy, and then second chance lifts out of play for a first stoppage of the game, 37 seconds into the contest. Well, make your pick to click as who do you think is going to score the first Wranglers goal here tonight? A lot of guys in the lineup could get that job done. Last night it was Jack Ivey on the power play, but the theme in El Paso a couple weeks ago on the Wranglers' last road trip was rookie scoring. And I think tonight is Alex Stepanik's night, so he's my pick to click as DeMarco goes across for Doherty. He'll shoot one, goes off a stick, pops down in the slot, holds it in at the line on the clearing attempt and sends it wide of the goal. Vardy is able to trickle it back out to center. DeMars will tap it off the wall, and he's cut off by longtime Wrangler defenseman Kyle DeMarco. Colin Doherty with the puck on his stick. Tries to find a stretch pass for Pukinen, goes astray. Belly out to play it. Will flip the script and send it along to the near side wall. Manlove to the neutral zone, glances off the skate of DeMars. Wranglers will pick up possession here from their own zone to start the next attack. Zap in the neutral zone, sidesteps a defender. Tries to go across for Papaspropoulos. Pass was a little bit ahead of him. He tumbles below the goal line. Papaspropoulos on his backhand, centering feed goes off the feet of Patilla. Jackalopes sweep it away to the far wall and skate it out to center as Mitchell finds Manlove. He'll step over the Wrangler blue line, try and pitch a pass across for Ivanov. He'll go around the goal towards the near corner. Defending him nicely is Bryce Cooper. Wranglers come away with the puck on that last play. Drew Jeffers leaves it for Cooper behind his goal. He'll skate along the left wing, bank it off the wall for Stepanik in the neutral zone. Patilla steps over the red line, now Wranglers blue. He'll fire a shot wide of the goal, past the gaping glove of McDonough. And that shot will have enough steam to carry it back out the center, where Kristen will plan the Jackalopes' next move. That move is to dump it in, goes off a couple skates. Play goes towards the far corner of the Wranglers zone. Cooper defending. Shot there by the Jackalopes goes wide. Near side, it's Wojciechowski with a try, and McDonough makes the save, his first of the night. Wranglers dump it down. It'll go the distance. On goal to Belly. Keeps it moving. Almost turns it over as Gerhard was lurking in the area. As it goes towards the far wall. Wranglers pinching to keep it in. Jackalopes taking a couple whacks at it, trying to keep it from going towards their goal. Eventually squeaks out to Wojciechowski. He will play it to the neutral zone. Wranglers back on the attack. Morris takes a swipe at it, trying to get it to Miller. Jackalopes get a man in front of it. And the puck is turned over at center. Tommy Chunchikov playing in his 100th North American Hockey League game here tonight. is out there for the Wranglers. All of his 100 games have been played with the Wranglers. His turnover out in front. Jackalopes with a dangerous chance. Wranglers able to escape danger for the moment as Dunn tries to split the D right from the left point. Centering feed comes to Vardy. He'll shoot, and McDonough gobbles it up and stops the clock with 16:44 to go in the first period. As fans still filing in here at Ector County Coliseum. See a lot of Wrangler faithful down below me as they have made the trip to Odessa to cheer on the Wranglers here tonight. Make your pick to click in the Wranglers live chat on YouTube or head to our game day post on Facebook to make your pick as to who you think will score the first Wranglers goal here tonight. I'm going with Alex Stepanek to score the Wranglers' first goal here tonight. And if he is able to score, would not only be the Wranglers' first goal of the evening, but to be his first in the North American Hockey League. Trying to go with that trend of rookies scoring. As from the line, Mitchell shoots, and that one is in the breadbasket of McDonough. He'll gobble it up again and stop the clock with 16:41 to go in the first period. Shot count reading 3-1 in favor of the Jackalopes. Wranglers did outshoot Odessa last night as the Wranglers were able to put up 34 shots on goal. Only held the Jackalopes to 22 shots against. The Wranglers this season averaging about 26 shots for per game and 28 against as the Jackalopes win the draw in the Wranglers zone. Shot from Richmond goes off a leg and behind the goal. McDonald will come away with the puck. He'll speed down the left wing wall. Banks it off that wall for Jack Ivey. Wranglers trying to go on the attack but shut down at the Jackalope blue line. Will trickle towards McDonough. Will play it towards the corner. Centering feed goes astray. Kadlasik couldn't rip a shot away. McDonald was there nicely in the area to defend. And here he is with the puck on his stick in the neutral zone. Taps it forward for Jack Ivey. He'll whip it down the distance. Belly will slow it down. Lays it towards the near side wall. In the neutral zone, it's Manlove. Had 2 assists in last night's game. He'll wind it down. TJ Ritchie will collect the puck as the Jackalopes gets fresh men on. Pukkanen at the near half wall, twisting away from Manlove. You have a puck battle in that corner. Wranglers trying to pry it free, and they do. It's Pukkanen coming away from the pile. He will tap it to the neutral zone. But the Jackalopes look to go on the attack. To the right wing. DeMars will dump it in, and he takes a tumble into the Wranglers bench for a moment as Ben Ivey was there to check him. Papaspropoulos will flip it out of the playing surface and into the stands as it looked like he was trying to bank it off the wall to the neutral zone. Got a little too much air on it. And some lucky fan's going to come away with the souvenir. This next draw is going to come back into the Wranglers zone. Looks like it's going to be to the right of McDonough. Zap against Bennion, and Zap wins it. He's been so good in the face-off circle for the Wranglers this season, and he wins another one there. His play goes towards the far wall. Jackalope centering tries by Bennion. He's getting it free for a shot there. Is right, and it's screeched off the end wall. Goes towards the corner. Zap is able to pick it free. I don't think players in that corner know that the puck is gone. Wranglers have numbers the other way, and looks like we're going to get a holding penalty out of that. I don't think anybody in that corner, except for Roman Zap, knew that the puck was gone. Zap kind of just peeled it free and skated the other way. Everybody else was just stuck in that area, pinning each other up against the boards. And out of all that, it's going to be Drew Jeffers going to the box for the first penalty of the game. We'll get 2 minutes for holding. 15:02 to go in the first period. So you take a look at the special teams coming into this game. Jackalope power play, 12% on the season. Wrangler penalty kill, 83.7% on the year. As the draw will be to the left of McDonough, Jackalopes win it as Kristen, right point, drifts in, shoots, and McDonough fights that off and directs it towards the near wall. Jackalopes drive it deeper as Wright goes behind the goal, defended by DeMarco nicely. He's got him pinned up against the wall, killing time off the penalty. Right point, Dunn finds Kristen. Left side, it's Rosenthal. Back to Kristen. He'll shoot. Save made by McDonough. Puck is loose in the slot. Another try is blocked by DeMarco. Looks like he caught a stick up high. He's checking his chiclets, and he will head to the bench. Still a Jackalope power play for the next minute and 27 seconds as the Wranglers get a change shorthanded. as Dunn flies into the Wranglers zone, whips it around towards the near side, meaning it is Rosenthal. Tries to tap it back, but the Wranglers quick to pounce on it and go the other way. Short-handed, it's Troutwine dumping it in. It'll be good enough for a clear, and the Wranglers do a little forechecking as well as Zapp is in the area. A minute and 6 seconds to go on the Jackalope power play. Kadlasic skates through the neutral zone, gains the red line and dumps it in. Pops out on the near side wall. Vardy battling with McNaughton. Kadlasic comes free with it, sends it down low. Couple quick passes, shot by Dunn, and a save made by McDonough. Left point is Patilla, Dunn calling for it. Patilla still with it on his stick. High slot shot is snared out of the air by McDonough. No rebound. 40 seconds to go on the Jackalope power play. 13:42 to go on the clock in the first period. So Wrangler penalty kill doing some good work, but they're going to have to do a little bit better of a job here as they're going to be down 5 men to 3 as Nolan Gagnon goes to the box. So penalty kill standing tall so far. Task gets a little bit tougher here as Gagnon in the box for 2 minutes. 40 seconds until Jeffers comes out. So 5-on-3 power play for the Jackalopes for 40 seconds. As they win the draw at the line, Patilla surveying the scene. Braden Patilla to his right finds Richmond. Back to Patilla. Drifts down, back to Richmond. In the circle, shoots wide. Wranglers sweep it away, but not out. Right point, it's Patilla holding it in. He'll walk the line. To his left finds Vardy. He'll gain the circle. Back to Patilla. High slot. Still with on his stick. Doesn't shoot, and he loses an edge. Luckily for him, Vardy was in the area to keep the puck in the Jackalopes' possession. As it's Armijo to Patilla. Left side, Vardy across to Armijo, and it glanced off his skate. Couldn't get the shot away. Left side, Vardy at the half wall. Goes behind the net. Jeffers out of the box. 5-on-4 for 1:16. Armijo to the left point for Patilla. Down low. Now back up to Patilla. He'll shoot. McDonough blocker save. And the puck is caught up in the equipment of Kyle DeMarco, and he throws his arms up saying, hey, wait a minute, and now we got a fight as gloves are dropped and bodies converge. Drew Jeffers going at it with the Jackalope. He got a cluster up in the slot. Looks like James Richmond was the one who dropped his gloves. I don't see any Wrangler equipment out there, so it looks like Richmond's the only one who dropped his gloves. And they will skate Colin Doherty to the penalty box as well as James Richmond. So we'll see what comes out of this. But it looked like the puck was stopped by McDonough, popped up into the air, ended up in the equipment of Kyle DeMarco, who was kind of hunched in trying to get the puck free, or at least protect himself. His sticks were jabbing at him, trying to get the puck free. Whistle blows, and then afterwards, chaos ensues. As DeMarco is kind of just like, hey, wait a minute. The puck's in my equipment. Like, guys, please, leave me alone. And then after that, there was bad blood between Richmond. Looks like Doherty was in the area, Jeffers as well. And that's one thing about this Wranglers team is you mess with one of them, you mess with all of them. And they're not going to let anything slide, and that was apparent there. So the Jackalopes should be well aware of that by now, as it's the third game of a 3-game set here in Odessa. 6th meeting of the season between these two clubs. We'll have 2 more over at the Budweiser Bullpen in February. As it looks like we're still going to be, for the moment, 5-on-4 Jackalope power play for the next minute and 4 seconds. As the Wranglers Richmond gets 2 minutes for slashing and Doherty gets 2 minutes for high sticking, but those are going to offset. So yes, we still will have a Jackalope power play, 5-on-4 for the next minute 03. They win the draw in the Wranglers zone at the line. It's Wojciechowski. Goes across for Mitchell. Skates up to the right point. Now drifts down low. Shot from the circle is stopped by McDonough. Puck goes behind the net as Manlove being pressured by Cooper. It's directed towards the corner wall. Puck squeaks free. It's Benyon from the pile. Throws it up to the right point for Mitchell, and he fumbles the puck, and Ben Ivey's going to go the other way. Ben Ivey shrieking into the offensive zone, finds Jack Ivey. He will play it through the center, and he was looking to a return pass for Ben, but none to be had as the Jackalopes defended it well. In the neutral zone, Mitchell will backhand it in. Zap frees it. 20 seconds on the Jackalope power play as the puck goes back out the center. Bennion will whip it in, takes a funny hop off the stanchion. Is going towards the slot, but it's swept away by DeMarco towards the near wall. Wranglers play it back out the center as Kristen will waffle it in. McDonough slows it down to the far corner. Cooper goes corner to corner. Nobody home except for Wright for Odessa. Belsterling, top of the left circle, shoots. Save made by McDonough. Already the Jackalopes' 10th shot of the period as we're back to 5-on-5 strength. Battle for it on the near half wall. Wright will emerge. Immediately gets directed towards the corner. Puck is free for the moment. And now another battle at the corner. Fans urging the play to move on. Puck is still pinned up there. It's a 2-on-2 battle. 2 Wranglers, 2 Jackalopes, and Odessa will pry it free. Backhand shot by Wright is stymied by Luke Morris. Papaspropoulos will weasel it free for Cooper. And he will send it the distance for an icing. And that will stop time with 10:56 to go in the first period. I don't think Cooper knew how much time he had there. And it kind of looked like just in a hurry, tried to just play the puck out of his zone, had a lot of heat on it, went all the way down to the right of Belly. And so because of that, that draw will stay in the Wranglers zone. Wranglers can't get a personnel change, but the Jackalopes can. This draw will be to the left of McDonough. Zapp will take it for Amarillo. Kadlacik his opponent. Puck is directed towards the corner. Dunn with the puck on his stick, defended by Zapp, gets tossed towards the wall. Puck rides up against the boards. Dunn with the back on his stick, sends it right point for Rosenthal. He'll shoot, and it gets deflected wide. Luke Morris with the loose puck will backhand it along to the far wall. Dunn is there to meet it at the half wall. Cameron Dunn, the leading point scorer for Odessa, goes across to the left point looking for Wojciechowski, but the puck had other ideas and hopped over his stick and went back out the center. He'll lift it high into the air and off the corner wall for a dump-in chance for Odessa. Wranglers subsequently move it back out the center. And Vardy, kind of looks like we're looking like a tennis match. It's another dump-in for Odessa. As DeMars tries to slide it deeper, Gagnon there to meet it. Pass is held in at the point, and a shot there goes wide off the stick of DeMarco towards the near corner. Armijo finds Manlove behind the net. Centering feed goes off the stick of Morris, and Roman Zapp will collect the puck and get decked in front of his own bench. It looks like he thought he had more open space than he did. As Chunchikov from center backhands it towards the near side, right in front of the scorer's table. Manlove will drift it around towards the far corner. Wranglers will play it forward as Troutwine is able to exit the puck from his own zone. Shot count 11-1. 9:28 to go in the first period. There's a shot there from Miller's block. Second chance is fought off by Belly. Jacob Miller looking for his first goal in the North American Hockey League. His play goes towards the near corner. Bennion backhands it to the line. Ben Ivey plays it further. Goes back towards the near corner. Svanberg sends it to Bennion. The neutral zone, it's Miller. Turn and dump. As he will head towards the bench, Wranglers get fresh men on. Right point. Jack Ivey unable to hold it in. Wranglers see a glance off the stick of McDonald. He will give chase. Stramberg plays it forward. Bennion over the center ice logo. Now the Wranglers blue. Bennion towards the goal. Easy save for McDonough. Rebound goes to Jeffers. He'll backhand it to Ben Ivey on the left wing. Goes across for Jack Ivey. He's gaining some speed as he directs it towards the far corner. Wojciechowski to the line. Wranglers keep it in. Wojciechowski, a big recipient of a hit from Jack McDonald. Right point, McNaughton tries to lead the attack. Wranglers are in the middle of a change as Odessa picks up the puck. Wranglers trying to pry it off their sticks as Gerhard on the forecheck. Odessa gets it to the neutral zone. Right as the puck knocked off his stick as DeMarco flips it forward. And they will call this an icing on the Wranglers with 8:06 to go in the first. They call for a timeout, but that's not how this works. You're not supposed to get a timeout after an icing, so we will keep it here. on NATV and YouTube. 8:06 to go in the first period. Shot count 12-1 in favor of the Jackalopes. But you have to remember, they did have the couple of power play opportunities that where they were able to collect a lot of shots on McDonough, who's played excellent so far here tonight, making his third start in as many days. There's a defensive zone draw won by the Wranglers. Cooper off the end ball for DeMarco. He will lift it off the glass to the neutral zone for Alex Stepanek. Looking to charge ahead. Puck bounced off his stick, and the Jackalopes will try and go the other way. It's Belsterling. Plays it across off the wall in front of the Wranglers bench. Goes to DeMarco. He'll bank it off that very same wall back to center, where Dunn will shimmy his way into the Wranglers zone. Gets knocked off the puck. McNaughton finds Cooper. Now heads to Stepanek. Wranglers in the neutral zone as McNaughton gains center red. Looking for Gerhardt. Puck trickles into the Jackalope zone. Gerhardt plays it to the left wall for Zapp. Zapp goes behind the goal. Exchanges with Gerhardt. He'll play it to the bottom of the circle for Papaspropoulos, but he gets divorced from the puck, and the Jackalopes turn up ice. Kadlasik tries to charge in. Troutwine there to steal the puck away. Papaspropoulos gains Jackalope blue. Troutwine in the area. Puck bouncing in the slot. Settled down by DeMars. Lifted back out to center. Wranglers looking to compile a couple of good shifts in the Jackalope zone as they'll turn back in their own zone. Gagnon finds Troutwine. The former Minnesota Wilderness will hoist it to the neutral zone. Jackalopes are offside as they try and charge up ice for another breakout. Stops the clock with 6:51 to go in the first period in the scoreless game from Ector County Coliseum. It's been a feisty one here in Odessa. Scoreless across the board. We'll be back in just a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puikkonen, and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to Ector County Coliseum. Guy Chiarenza here bringing you all the action from Odessa. As 6:51 to go on the clock in the first period, still a scoreless game in the Permian Basin. As a neutral zone draw won by the Wranglers pretty cleanly, goes all the way down, but all for naught as they will immediately blow the play dead. We'll redo that draw right in front of the Jackalopes bench. Connor McDonough so far stopping all 12 shots that he has seen. Seen a lot of the workload for the Wranglers this season as McDonough making his 7th straight start. The last time he didn't start a game was on that November 26th battle here where Luka Gons got the start against the Jackalopes in the 6-3 loss. In the neutral zone, TJ Ritchie gains the red line. He will wrap it down. As it goes off the end wall, takes a couple hops. Players jar for it on the near half wall, squeaks to belly. He will make no mistake and melt it down. And now Papaspropoulos jarring with Rosenthal. They exchange a few shoves. And now Wojciechowski make that Armijo wants a piece of Papaspropoulos. Zapp in there to defend his teammate. Officials quick to try and break this up. But that's the South Division for you. A lot of bad blood. Papaspropoulos looks like he's going to have to go to the box. He's trying to argue his case, but looks like he's going to need a better lawyer as he will head towards the penalty box. He will take a seat. So it looks like Papaspropoulos has just been given a misconduct. Let's see. Papadopoulos playing in his 31st game with the Wranglers this season. Has 7 goals and 12 assists for 19 points coming into the matchup. So we wait for more of an official signal here. Still 5-on-5. Players mulling around in the neutral zone as Morris wins the draw. Jackalopes pick up the loose puck and free it from the neutral zone down into the Wranglers zone as Dolan Doherty spins away from Benyon. Shoveled by McDonough towards the near corner. Jackalopes harsh on the forecheck, pry it free. Benyon centering pass was off the stick of Nolan Gagnon. Held in at the left point by Vardy. Twists it towards the net, bounces towards the far side. Morris unable to free it from the zone. Shot there from the point is swept away by McDonough. Tommy Chunchikov will go corner to corner as DeMarco will sky it to the neutral zone. Glove down by Vardy. Alex Papadopoulos has been giving 10 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. I guess we'll see him later on in the second period. As DeMarco to the neutral zone off the stick of Chunchikov. He will slide it down. Wranglers get a change here as Miller's on the forecheck. Jack Kristen unable to get it out. Ben Ivey towards the goal. Miller's there and he can't rip the shot away. Puck wouldn't settle down on his stick. Gagnon at the right point. Tries to go around right. Tries to split the D. Gets hauled down. No call. As the play goes back out to center. Troutwine quickly fires it down. Strandberg tries to sidestep McDonald. He frees the puck away. Ben Ivey between the slot. Tries to get the shot off, but the Jackalopes converged on him. Odessa plays it into the Wrangler bench, and so that'll stop time with 5:01 to go in the first period. A couple of good looks for the Wranglers there, but they just couldn't get the puck to settle down for a shot. And that's the way it's kind of been this weekend, where puck has just seemed to have been on edge, bouncing like a ping pong ball. Haven't been down at ice level in this series, but it seems like the ice is playing tricks on both teams this weekend. Can't speak too much on the ice conditions, as like I said, I haven't really been down there. Of course, I'm not the one skating on it, but just seems like the puck has ideas of its own so far this weekend, tonight being no different. Neutral zone draw won by Amarillo as Troutwine finds Gagnon. He gains center red and he'll flip it down, belly behind the net to play it. Towards the far side, Dunn gets the puck caught up in his skates, backhand pass connects with Wojciechowski. Trying to play up ahead for Richmond. Pass had too much heat on it, bounces to Troutwine. He'll possess. Troutwine off the wall in his near own zone. Plays it forward for Gerhard. Bursting with speed, gets directed towards the near corner. Gerhard sends a man down in Rosenthal. Stepanek to help out. Centering pass goes off the stick of Wojciechowski. McNaughton plays it deeper, goes behind belly. Gerhard aggressive on the forecheck, tries to pry it from Rosenthal. But the Jackalopes are going to be able to get this puck back out the center. As it pops up and down in front of the Wranglers bench, Stepanek finds Gagnon as the Wranglers are in the middle of a change. McNaughton from the neutral zone will lift it in off his stick. Manlove carries it back through center. Gains the Wrangler line, drops it off for DeMars. Looking to go back to Manlove. He will send it towards the near corner. Zappa's there to meet it. Cooper behind the net finds Jeffers. It's Jeffers on his forehand, looks to play it forward for Pukkinen, and he does. Vardy gloves it down in the neutral zone. It's met there by Armijo. Vardy will play it forward and back into the Wranglers zone. Cooper looks over his shoulder in the near corner, fires it off the wall for Zapp. 1-2 pass for Pukkinen connects. Stopi Pukkinen over the red line. He'll wind it in, goes to the near corner. Morris throws a check on Vardy. Jackalopes able to get it back out to center. DeMarco unable to handle it as Wisenand enters the zone. Finds Benyon, tries to cut towards the net. DeMarco's there to meet him. And the Wranglers are able to play it forward to the neutral zone. Patilla backhands it into the stands. Luckily, nobody was in the area. A couple empty seats there. As it'll stop time with 2:58 to go in the first period. And a scoreless game from Ector County Coliseum, where the Wranglers, as of right now on the in-arena scoreboard, only have one shot to the Jackalopes' 13. Wranglers are more of a second and third period team so far this season. The Wranglers have not scored a first period goal in their last 7 games. Last time they did so was over in El Paso on November 25th, but the Wranglers seem to heat up as games go on. We'll see if that's the case here tonight. As Ben Ivey plays it behind his net. Jackalopes trying to converge on the puck. Goes towards the near corner. Ivanov gets in a puck battle here as it's pinned up against the boards. A couple Wranglers try and dig it free, and Colin Doherty, with a man laying on his stick, tries to get it out of his own zone. With some help from Ben Ivey, he is able to do so. Jack McDonald in the neutral zone on a 4-game point streak, tries to knife his way towards the net. McDonald settles down a bouncing puck, turns and shoots, and it's stopped by Belly. Morris backhands it deeper. There's McDonald, left circle, holds it, tries to find Jack Ivey in the slot, and the pass wouldn't connect. McDonald tries to direct it in now, and Belly makes the stop. Wranglers buzzing here. As right point, Gagnon settles the puck down, goes point to point for Troutwine. Throws it towards the goal, and it's in and out of the glove of Belly. And the Jackalopes are able to settle it down, find Ivanov, and he will just dump it down to center. Jackalopes escape dangers. They get a partial change. Wranglers looking to go right back on the attack. As McDonald into the attacking zone. Works his way towards the net. Now button hooks at the circle. Looking across. Glances off a stick. Jackalopes go the other way. Smith was looking to go towards the Wranglers zone. Wranglers had other ideas, able to knock it off his stick and send it down. You get a stoppage with 1:37 to go in the first period, and looks like we are going to have too many men on the Jackalopes. So with 1:37 to go in the first period, Odessa's first penalty of the game is a too many men call. Braden Patilla will serve it. Wranglers head to their first power play of the night. Wranglers have power play goals in each of their last couple of games, as the Wranglers' power play has been heating up as of late. They've scored a power play goal in each of their last 4. Wrangler power play clocking in at 20.5%. Odessa penalty kill 78.5 as left point DeMarco goes down low for Stepanek. Now back up to DeMarco. A blast goes wide off the wall, hits the back of the net, and held in at the right point by Jeffers. Lays it back down behind the net for McNaughton. Backhand pass connects with Stepanek. In the far corner, shovels it, looking for DeMarco. He'll pinch down to try and keep it in. Rides up along the boards. McNaughton diving, make that Stepanek trying to keep the puck in the Wranglers' possession. And it squeaks free, comes to Vardy, goes around his net and fires it to the blue line. Jeffers unable to hold it in. Cameron Dunn, aggressive, short-handed, tries to pry it from his grasp with under a minute to go in the first. McNaughton finds DeMarco. Left side Stepanek, winds it in. Belly slows it down. Mitchell fires it along the wall. Jeffers will hold it in. Batted out. None to be had. Still a Wrangler power play for the next 58 seconds. 34.7 on the clock in period 1. As it will be a neutral zone draw on the near side wall on the Jackalope blue line. Ben Ivey against Armijo. And Ivey wins it, finds Jack Ivey, left side, button hooks at the circle, loses an edge, and it's picked up by Armijo. He stumbles a bit, keeps the puck on his stick, and is stolen away now by McDonald. Jackalopes get enough of it just to send it down the distance for a clear with 20 seconds to go in the first. Ben Ivey from his own zone. Maybe one last chance here before the period expires. Gains the red line, dishes it to McDonald at the blue line. McDonald, left circle, down low for Ben Ivey, behind the net. Back up top, Jack Ivey can't hold it in, as again we see another bouncing puck moment as it hops over his stick and the first period expires. So, it's a scoreless game after 20 minutes of play from Ector County Coliseum. Wranglers will have 23 seconds of power play time to work with to start off the second period of play. Shot count 13-3. As we finish off the first period, both teams will head to their respective locker rooms. As for us, we will have the first intermission report coming up next in a couple of minutes. We will cap all the events of the first period, look ahead towards period 2, and also check in on some scores from around the league, as it's a busy night in the North American Hockey League and a lot of playoff teams that could be shifting positions depending on some outcomes here tonight. All that and much, much more on NATV and YouTube when we come back in just a few minutes on the Wranglers Hockey Network. We are scoreless after 20 minutes of play over at Ector County Coliseum as we welcome you in to the first intermission report. Hi everybody, Guy Chiarenza here as we're having some fun down in the Permian Basin. The Wranglers' last game here in Odessa in the regular season. These two teams will play two more matchups over at the Budweiser Bullpen in February to finish off the season series. As the Wranglers looking to pick up two more standings points on the road, already have 3 on the road trip. And they would certainly like to head into the holiday break with a win. Be a nice Christmas present under the tree for Wranglers and their fans. Scoreless first period, so no goals to talk about. 3 penalties on the Wranglers. Wranglers penalty kill went 3 for 3 in the first period. Did an excellent job, including a 5-on-3 sequence that lasted for about 40 seconds. Wrangler penalty kill putting in some good work this weekend. As over the last couple of games, Wrangler penalty kill has gone 5 for 5, or make that, 5 for 5 over the last 2 games here at Ector County Coliseum. So they have yet to let the Jackalopes score a power play goal here this weekend. Let's hope that trend continues. Alex Papaspropoulos did receive a 10-minute misconduct, about 6 minutes and 28 seconds to go in the first period. And so we likely won't see him until about the first quarter of the second period has gone by. And then he will return to the game. Odessa only has 1 penalty on the board in the first period, and that was for too many men. And that penalty is still has a fraction to go, as 23 seconds remain on the clock. On that penalty, Braden Patilla serving his sentence for the Jackalopes bench. Wranglers had some good things going on that last sequence before the period ended on the power play. Looks like the Ivey twins are buzzing here tonight. Jack Ivey has a goal in each of his last 2 games, and he has also scored a goal in every single game the Wranglers have played here in Ector County Coliseum, as he was able to score on November 26th, on Thursday night, and Friday night last night as well. So maybe he's got another trick up his sleeve. He's always a good pick to be your pick to click as to who you think is going to score the Wranglers' first goal. And it's not too late to make your submission, as again the Wranglers held scoreless after the first period, but as we've talked about over the last couple of games, the Wranglers are more of a second and third period team. This is a Wranglers team that kind of likes to have a feeling out process to begin a game, likes to see what their opponent is going to throw at them offensively. And then in the second period and third period, Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni doing what they do, fine-tuning things, making adjustments heading into the second and third periods, are able to clamp down on their opponent, change the Wranglers' game. The Wranglers are usually able to come back into games or take the lead and go on to win or at least get a standings point. As the Wranglers in the last 2 games were down after the first period of play, down 1-0 on Thursday night, down 2-0 after the first period last night. And in both games, the Wranglers were able to come back, tie it. And on Thursday, the Wranglers were able to win 2-1. Yesterday, able to tie it, send it to overtime, ended in a 5-round shootout. We're able to get a standing point there. So, if you're the Wranglers, think about the adjustments going from period to period. I mean, the statistics show that the Wranglers score more of their goals in the second and third period as opposed to the first. As the Wranglers this season only have 13 first period goals, but they've doubled that total in the second and third periods this season, scoring 28 both in the second and third. So look for a big second period surge here from the Wranglers. Shot count reads 13-3, but the power plays for Odessa did help the Jackalopes get a lot of sustained pressure in the Wranglers zone for the majority of the period. Wranglers started to heat up towards the end of the first once they got their first power play chance. Again, still has 23 seconds of carryover time to the second period, so look for that to be a chance for the Wranglers to start buzzing early, get some sustained zone time in the Jackalopes end to begin period 2. So we're having some fun on a Saturday night. Final game before the holiday break. I'm in a festive spirit. I've got this Christmas-themed tie. It's got some reindeers on it. Got some Christmas lights. I believe my sister gave this to me. So it's a nice look. I'm in a festive spirit. They got some nice Christmas decorations here at Ector County Coliseum as it's Christmas time. As the Wranglers looking towards the holiday break, both the Jackalopes and the Wranglers are, as every team will have next weekend off. But the Wranglers understanding that the job is not done here tonight, as the message was made clear by head coach Ryan Anderson. They look to put 2 more standings points in their back pocket as a Christmas gift before they head back home after tonight. We come back on the first intermission report. We'll look ahead towards the second period a little bit more. Also preview some scores from around the league and talk about what playoff implications those scores might have. All that and much, much more coming up next on the First Intermission Report on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NETV and YouTube. Welcome back to Odessa as the First Intermission Report rolls on. Scoreless game after 20 minutes of play. Wranglers have 23 seconds of power play time to work with to kick off the second period. As for us, let's take a look at some scores from around the league, as there is some action in the South Division here tonight. And we will peer in and see what's going on, as it looks like over in... Trying to get this to load here. Over in Outpost Ice Arenas, New Mexico Ice Wolves and Oklahoma Warriors going at it here tonight. Looks like waning moments of the first period. They're all tied up at 1. As Caden Nelson scores the Oklahoma goal. Olivier Lemos scores the New Mexico goal. Reminder, we will see the New Mexico Ice Wolves in 2 weeks from now over at the Budweiser Bullpen for a matchup on December 30th and New Year's Eve the 31st. You can get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. And remember, if you get your Wranglers ticket for that 31st game, you will have a discount for the after party over at the Amarillo Ice Ranch. I heard they got food trucks, singing, dancing. The players will be there. It's a meet and greet kind of thing. We'll have a lot of fun after the Wrangler games. So get your ticket at panhandletickets.com and enjoy New Year's Eve with the Wranglers. over at NYTEX Sports Center. Scoreless game with a minute to go in the first period between the Corpus Christi Ice Rays and the Lone Star Brahmas. Brahmas currently sit at the top of the South Division, although lurking behind them are the Shreveport Mudbugs, who seem to be inactive here tonight. And it looks like we only have 3 games going on in the division. This one right here at Ector County Coliseum, the Warriors and the Ice Wolves over in New Mexico, and then at NYTEX in North Richland Hills, the Ice Rays and the Brahmas. So I think really the one to look at here tonight is that Ice Wolves and Warriors battle, because if you take a look at the standings, the Ice Wolves are in 5th place right now with 31 points, Oklahoma in 7th with 30th. Now you take a look at the South Division from the 3rd place spot that is occupied by the Rhinos, tied with the Wranglers at 36 points. There's only a 6-point gap between 3rd and 7th, where the Warriors sit with 30 points. That's how close it is in the South Division. So you think about a division where I've now been told that 6 teams make the playoffs. So you look at a division where 6 teams make the postseason, someone's got to be the odd man out. And if the season ended today, that would be Oklahoma, and Odessa would get in. Now, it's critical for the Jackalopes here tonight that they pick up standings points, because they're going to need to find a way to stay in the race. This ends a homestand for them, a lengthy homestand, and then they go back on the road for quite some time. And they have yet to face the Lone Star Brahmas this season, as they still have 8 matchups against Lone Star remaining in the 2023-24 season. So for the Jackalopes, it's imperative that they pick up points night in and night out if they want to stay in that race, as Oklahoma is the defending champions. And something tells me that they're going to be a tough team down the stretch to beat. So every point's going to matter. We'll keep an eye on it as the season wears on. As for our game here in Ector County Coliseum, I'm expecting a pretty big second period from the Wranglers. Still time to make your pick to click as to who you think is going to score the Wranglers' first goal of the game. I got my eyes set on number 74 in blue, Alex Stepanek, the Czech forward for the Wranglers. He's still looking for his first goal in the North American Hockey League, but something tells me he's due. He's been buzzing these last couple of games. I really like that line that he's on with Gerhardt and McNaughton. Look for Connor McNaughton to play a factor on a goal if Stepanek is the one to score a Wranglers goal here tonight. McNaughton also a dangerous forward. He's also a really good pick for a pick to click. So maybe he's the one that gets the job done. It's a good problem to have where we sit here and say, who could it be throughout the Wranglers lineup getting that first goal of the game? That means the Wranglers have good depth throughout their forward group. And hey, it could even be a defenseman. We've seen Drew Jeffers turn it on over the last couple of games. Nolan Gagnon, a good puck-moving defenseman. Seems like from time to time he's been able to do things. I've just been notified that it is Sean Miles' birthday, so happy birthday to Sean, as we've got some Wranglers fans here in attendance. And they're back out here to start the second period of play. So again, you look at through the Wranglers lineup, a lot of guys that can get it done. We'll see who can do it here in the second period. Talked about it, the Wranglers are a second and third period team. I'm expecting big things from them here. And they'll have a perfect opportunity to get off on the right foot with 23 typing, black numbers, black lettering, some red trim mixed in there. It's a cool look. But the Wranglers in their road blue jerseys. Oh, now that is a jersey that is perfection. It's a blue jersey with a white shoulder yoke, blue, white numbers, white lettering, red and white striping, red trim mixed in there. Oh, it's a sharp look for the boys in blue. And hey, guess what? You can get your hands on a Wranglers replica jersey by heading over to the Amarillo Ice Ranch or the Outpost Ice, or the Outpost, I got Outpost Ice Arenas on my brain, or the Outpost Team Store on the Civic Center concourse during a Wranglers game to get your hands on a replica jersey. They've got the blue ones, they've got the white ones. I've seen them for myself. They are the real deal. We have them in all sizes, so go check them out. It'll be one of yours today. So it's a sharp look for the Wranglers. Get yourself a replica jersey. I also believe there's also a ticket package where you can get a couple tickets, bring the family to a Wranglers game, and a replica jersey is included. So check that out. It's up on our Facebook and Instagram page as we are set for second period action from Ector County Coliseum. Jackalopes do win the opening draw of period 2, so they possess from their own zone and send it the distance for an opening clear to begin the second. Looks like someone's forgotten to change the period from 1 to 2. Hopefully that doesn't catch me off guard as the period wears on. as we're having some fun on a Saturday night in the Permian Basin. Jack Ivey flies into the attacking zone. Right side shot, fought off by Belly. McDonald back across, was looking for someone in the right point. Nobody there. Pukkanen, quick on the back check, is able to get the puck back in the neutral zone. Shot there from the side, stopped by Belly on McDonald. And the Wranglers have another offensive face-off here as the Jackalopes have iced the puck. 43 seconds into period 2, and now they finally change it from period 1 to 2, so looks like that won't catch me off guard, as easy for me to say. I got to get a sip of water here, as it's going to be a fun second period. Draw it to the left of Belly. McNaughton will take it against Kadlacik. Jackalopes will come away with the puck off that defensive zone draw, and they will tumble it into the Wranglers zone. Goes by McDonough. Behind the net, Gerhard will swipe it to DeMarco. Right side, Stepanek tries to go back across. Defensive stick gets in the way, and on the attack is Dunn. Cameron Dunn spins at the circle, centering pass, settled down by Armiro, and diving to make the save of McDonough. Second chance is swallowed up as well. Unbelievable. It's McDonough magic. How does he do it? Unbelievable. Sprawled out like a starfish to make that save on his backside, and somehow the puck stays out of the net. A minute and 7 seconds into the second period. Connor McDonough, are you kidding me? Oh, this guy's a wizard. Somehow, it's like magic. He's able to somehow magnetize the puck to his glove hand and keep the puck out of the net as Pukkanen off the defensive zone draw, skates to the neutral zone, plays it forward for Morris, settles it down on the near side, tries to go back to the center, bouncing puck, settled down by Zap to Pukkanen, and a save made by Belly on his tip-in try. 1:20 into the second period. We've already seen furious action at both ends of the ice, both goaltenders coming up big for their respective clubs. Offensive zone draw for the Wranglers, near circle of the Jackalope zone. Zap will take it for the Wranglers. He will win it. Pukkanen off the draw, rips one towards the net, gets blocked. Patilla will send it to the neutral zone. Troutwine, with priority shipping, will send it back down to Belly. Patilla waiting behind his net, sees a couple Wranglers crashing in on him, plays it forward for Armijo in the neutral zone. It's at left side. Kristen bursts his way into the Wranglers zone. It's knocked off the puck. Troutwine will handle. Off the near wall for Morris. Pukkanen quickly to Zap. He gains the attacking zone. Zap on his forehand. Now backhand try. Stop made by Belly, and the net comes off as the Wranglers were trying to crash the net on a second chance opportunity. Boy, 18:07 to go in the second period. But you look at the shot count now. 15-7 in favor of the Jackalopes. Wranglers already have 4 shots here in the second period. That's already more than they had in the first period to begin period 2. So Wranglers on the right track to get some pucks by Belly as Jack Ivey wins the draw. Ben Ivey towards the goal. Doesn't see Belly as Patilla skates it to the neutral zone. Wranglers knock the Jackalopes off the puck. Jack Ivey sidesteps the defense on a tip-in try for McDonald. Gathers it in the far corner on his backhand. Up to the line, gets it poked away by Kristen. McDonald will retrieve and find Cooper in open space. Back to McDonald, gains the red line. Off the wall for Jack Ivey. Left side on his backhand, tries to return it to McDonald, and it gets blocked by Bennion. With speed through the neutral zone, down the left wing wall, gets it chopped off his stick by Jeffers. Excellent defensive play there. Matvei Ivanov now back in the attacking zone. Defended nicely by Cooper. Wizenan towards the goal. And we have a whistle with 17:22 to go in the second. Jackalopes trying to go back on the attack. Papaspropoulos still waiting in the box as he's still serving the tail end of his 10-minute misconduct from the first period. Likely see him back out in a couple minutes or so. Neutral zone draw. Near side. On top of the Wranglers' blue line, Luke Morris will take it against Hunter Wizenand. They will drop the puck. Morris wins it, sloops it back to Colin Doherty. Plays it across for DeMarco. Off the wall, takes a funny hop, scooped up by Ivanov. Gains the attacking zone, drops it off for Wisenand. Tries to fake a shot, puck tumbled off his stick. Wranglers go up ice as Jacob Miller leads the charge. Dishes it right side for Chunchikov, but the Wranglers are offside on that play. Little under 3 minutes gone in the second period. So, good look there for Jacob Miller. Really like the way that he's played over the last couple of games. Seems like he's been playing physical, but he's also getting some chances offensively. He's still looking for his first goal of the season. If he continues his play like this, I think it's only a matter of time before we see it. Luke Morris will take the draw in front of the Wranglers bench against Cohen Belsterling. Belsterling, the native of Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania, as the Wranglers win the draw, and Doherty will whack it in. Pops out on the far side wall. Morris digging at it. Squeaks free to Chunchikov, settles it down, right point. Wranglers across for Doherty. Off the end wall, looking for a rebound. Goes to Morris. Back up to the left point for Doherty. Again off the wall, looking for a rebound. Miller in the area, can't corral it. Jackalopes are able to lift it back out to center. As left side, right, settles it down. Throws it towards the goal, goes off a stick and wide. Held in right point by Mitchell. Tries to drive it deep. Doherty's there to meet it. Plays it up to Miller in the neutral zone. As Miller, it's sent down to the ice by Wright. Back up to his feet. Wranglers dump it down. Get a partial change here as Miller and company will head off to the bench. Mitchell finds Smith. Upwards pass. On time for Richmond. It's knocked off the puck. Troutwine tries to jab it forward. It's met at his own blue line. McNaughton will scoop up the loose puck and play it back to Doherty. Troutwine forward for McNaughton. Backhand pass connects with Gerhard. Tries to flip it towards the neutral zone. Stepanek was streaking in as right point shot blocked. Puck is loose, and Dunn will skate it free. Jackalopes from center ice. Tap the puck in. Richmond beats out the icing. Oh, they are going to call icing on that, and I don't know if I agree with that as the linesman takes a spill as he was skating next to Grayson Gerhard. Fans chuckle at that incident, and let's see where they put this face-off because it did look like Richmond had beat out this man to win the race towards that puck, and yeah, they're going to put this draw to the right of Connor McDonough, so it will stay in the Wranglers zone. Roman Zapp, the German forward, will take the draw for the Wranglers. Michael Kadlasik for the Jackalopes. Kadlasik is a commit to Air Force, will play Division I hockey next season. He has 2 goals and 3 assists in his last 4 games, but he was held scoreless last night. Wranglers looking to hold him off the score sheet again here this evening. Turnover here in the Wranglers zone. Jackalopes done in the slot across, and Richmond couldn't tap it towards the goal. McDonough gets back across to make the save and swallow it and freeze it down. Dangerous chance for the Jackalopes, but a bouncing puck was not their friend. And the Wranglers the beneficiary of it. 15:28 to go in the second period. That Jackalope top line has been their most dangerous line this season, as it features 2 of their leading point scorers in Dunn and Kadlasik, and a guy that's heated up over his last couple of games, James Richmond. Defensive zone draw won by the Wranglers, goes behind the net. Doherty slides by the attack of the Jackalopes, plays it out to center. Strandberg will fire it in off the end wall. Colin Doherty back in the near corner. Pops it back to DeMarco. On the opposite corner finds Jack Ivey. And Ben Ivey will slide it out to center, but again the Jackalopes get possession and will tip it in. Back behind McDonough. DeMarco leaves it for Jack Ivey. Along the left wing, he gains some speed. Looking to go across. The puck bounces off a stick. Wranglers can't settle it down. DeMars into the Wranglers zone. Drops it off for a shot by Manlove. Sticked away by McDonough. In the near corner, bodies come together. Again, Doherty finds DeMarco corner to corner. Manlove pressuring. Forces DeMarco to find Doherty once more behind the cage. McDonald will tap it forward, and on comes Jack Ivey into the attacking zone. Jack Ivey goes behind the goal. On his backhand, centering feed. Nobody home. Jackalopes They're able to get a stick on it as they look to go up ice. Adam Armijo into the attacking zone, but the Jackalopes are offside with 14:22 to go. And afterwards, we've got a hit along the wall well after the whistle as McDonald, the recipient, I believe it was Armijo who threw the hit. And now we get some bad blood. McDonald's lost his bucket. And Ben Ivey being tugged on by Wojciechowski. Ben standing his ground. They're going to take McDonald and skate him to the Wrangler penalty box. And they will do the same to Adam Armijo. So misconduct on Jack McDonald. And I would imagine we had the same to Adam Armijo. So we'll see if this is 5-on-5 or 4-on-4. As both coaches looking for an explanation. Ryan Anderson holding up 5 fingers. Gets confirmation from the officials, so looks like it's going to be 5 aside with 14:22 to go in the second period. They're going to take this draw out to the neutral zone on top of the Wranglers' blue line, near side as you see it on NATV. So Luke Morris against Hunter Wisenand, and the Jackalopes win the ensuing draw. As Wojciechowski fires it in, takes a funny bounce off the end while McDonough clamps down on the far post to keep it out. As that puck took a funny ricochet back towards the Wranglers' net. Jackalopes still in the attacking zone. Ivanov drives it deeper for Benian. Finds Wisenand behind the net. He'll turn, send it to the left point. Wojciechowski across. Mitchell, one-timer, blocked by Luke Morris. Jackalopes pounce on the loose puck as Mitchell drifting down, shoots, pad save McDonough. Rebound chance is fought off by the Wranglers as well. And the Wranglers chop it back out to the Jackalope zone. It'll twist its way deeper, no icing. As the Wranglers on the forecheck try and pin the Jackalopes in their own zone. Troutwine from center will dish it down, met by Trevor Mitchell. To the neutral zone, Jackalopes looking to connect on a stretch pass. Benian was cherry picking at the Wrangler blue line. Pass went astray as Troutwine skates it through center. He'll whip it around behind Belly. Back out towards the near side wall. Gerhardt on the forecheck. Sends it back to Belly, slows it down. Mitchell there to receive. Stepanek in the fray, trying to jar the puck off the Jackalopes player. And Smith weasel out of his own zone. Quick passing for Odessa in the neutral zone as Belserling with a try. Goes off a stick and out of play with 12:55 to go in the second period. Shot count 18-7 in favor of Odessa. Wranglers and the Jackalopes going head-to-head for the 6th time this season. This draw will be to the right of Connor McDonough. Belsterling will take it against Zapp. Wranglers crowding the slot. Zapp wins it. DeMarco will sky it out to the neutral zone where it's gloved down by Patilla. Finds Wright. He will twist it down around the Wranglers zone. Players converge at the half wall. There's right point Kristen will send it back down. DeMarco there to meet it. Longtime Wrangler defenseman finds Papaspropoulos, fresh off his 10-minute misconduct in the neutral zone. Right side Zapp steps over the attacking line. Centering feed is gloved down by Kristen. Jackalopes looking to turn up ice. Doherty meets the puck. In front of Patilla, cuts him off. As the former Mudbug will cycle around the Wrangler net, flip it towards the near side wall. Puck squeaks free. Dunn with a chance. Short side is stopped by McDonough. Looks like that net might have come off. McDonough puts it back in place. Pappas Puukkonen in the neutral zone with Zap. Puukkonen in right side. Shot, and he scores! Topi Puukkonen gets the Wranglers on the board. The fantastic Finn has done it again. The Wranglers draw first blood. And the Wrangler faithful cheer in approval. Topi Puukkonen will pick up goal number 11 on the year as the Wranglers take a 1-0 lead with 11:58 to go in the second period. What a wicked shot from Topi Puukkonen, as that shot had a lot of heat on it. Looked like it went either 5-hole or short side on belly. And the Wranglers looking for more as they'll win the ensuing draw, drive it in deep. Wojciechowski chops it out to the right point. Jeffers pinches down to keep it in. Wojciechowski behind his net turns it over as Ben Ivey has the puck rumble off his stick. Jackalopes to the neutral zone. Armijo. Backhand pass towards the slot is swallowed up by McDonough. Loose puck is pried free by Jack Ivey. Wranglers turn up ice. They might have numbers. Potential 3-on-2 here. Ben Ivey down the left wing. Goes across and it goes off a stick. He was looking for Tommy Chunchikov. Play goes behind the Jackalope net where it's fielded by Lemuel Vardy. Stretch pass does not connect. And Cooper will race after it. No icing. McDonough swats it towards the far wall. Cooper off the wall for McNaughton. Jackalopes pry it free. Vardy can't hold it in at the blue line. They'll cycle back to the neutral zone and gets things started for the Jackalopes on offense. As he winds it in, McDonough plays it towards the corner. Jack Ivey along the far wall, connects with Gerhard. Jack Ivey comes away from the fray with the puck, gains the red line, flips it towards his right for Gerhard. Gerhard on his backhand, rumbles into the attacking zone. Back up to the line for Gagnon, fresh off the bench. He'll cycle around, gets forced back out to the neutral zone by Bennion. Gagnon gains center red. He will drift it by the wall, back out behind the net. McNaughton takes a swipe at it. Gerhard battling with Ivanov. Puck will squeak free as Jack Kristen will settle it down. Wranglers on the forecheck. Force him to send it towards the right side. Ivanov plays it forward off the stick of Wizenan. Troutwine settles it down. Looks to play it up ahead for Gerhard. Wasn't quite ready for the pass, as it'll be an icing on the Wranglers with 10-12 to go in the second period. Amarillo gets on the board first in the second period. It's Topi Puukkonen picking up his 11th goal of the season. That gets the Wranglers on the board first. Puukkonen's goal is assisted by Papaspropoulos and Zap. So that second line for the Wranglers factoring in on Amarillo's first goal of the evening. Bellsterling gets McNaughton to the left of McDonough. Wranglers win the draw. Troutwine finds Gagnon to the neutral zone off the stick of Stepanek. Wojciechowski tumbles to the ground. Jackalopes will tap it into the Wranglers zone. Troutwine off the wall for Gagnon. To the near side, McNaughton will field it. Tries to play it across, goes off the leg of Smith. Back to McDonough, he'll leave it for Gagnon. As the former Cornwall Colt will find Stepanek in the neutral zone. He'll look to go across from McNaughton. Defensive stick by Rosenthal breaks up that chance. Bellsterling, right side shot, is gobbled up by McDonough. No rebound with 9:35 to go in the second period. Wranglers with a 1-0 lead as we will head to our media timeout midway through the second period on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube.
This is Topi Puukkonen and you are listening to Wranglers Hockey on YouTube.
Welcome back to the Jack Shack, where the Wranglers have a 1-0 lead over the Jackalopes thanks to a goal from Topi Pukkanen, his 11th of the season from Papaspropoulos and Zap. As Mitchell, to the right point for Dunn, tries to get things started for Odessa in terms of scoring. Morris finds DeMarco. He will field it to the neutral zone, goes off the skate of Miller. Jackalopes scoop it up his left side, James Richmond. Sharp angle shot, stopped by McDonough, goes off the side of the net as well. Play in the near corner, scooped up by DeMarco. Couple men on both sides battling for that puck in the corner. As we see Kadlasik. Richmond in the fray, Doherty will pry it free. As finds Miller on the right wing in the neutral zone. Next with Morris, will wrap it along the wall, back behind the net where Belly will slide it down. As Belly towards the far wall, looking for Richmond. Puck on edge. Shunchikov tries to drive towards the net. Gets sandwiched between two Jackalopes as the puck rolls back out to center. Jeffers across for Ritchie. He'll play it forward off the stick of Zap. Once again, Belly out to slow it down. Pukkanen from the left circle tries to get a shot off. Zap, centering feed, connects. Jeffers fires, and it goes wide. Puck back on the stick of Roman Zap. Cycles towards between the circles. Dishes it left side for Ritchie. DJ Ritchie off the end glass. Papaspropoulos picks it up at the far half wall. Drives it on his backhand deeper as Topi Pukkanen muscles away Mitchell. And looks like he's drawn a penalty in the process as Papaspropoulos fires it towards the goal, and the Jackalopes will touch up with 8:01 to go in the second period. Looked like Connor McDonough didn't know that the penalty was on the Jackalopes as the bench was yelling, "McDonough, McDonough!" And I think he just now realized right as the Jackalopes touched up, but it will be Trevor Mitchell headed to the box for the Jackalopes. 2 minutes for holding. As somebody in the crowd yells, "You can't do that!" And he can't. He broke a hockey rule, and he will sit for 2 minutes. Wranglers power play will go back to work. They are 0 for 1 here tonight on a penalty that was split between the first and second periods. We'll have a full 2 minutes here in the second to work with. Of course, barring that they don't take a penalty themselves. But we won't speak of that as Roman Zap will start in the face-off circle against Adam Armijo to the left of Belly. And they have a bit of a false start off the draw, so we'll do it again. Zap wins it, finds Pukkanen, right point. Gagnon walks the line, across for Jack Ivey, top of the circle. Ben Ivey stationed in front of the net as Gagnon shoots! Puck is loose! And the Jackalopes sweep it free as the initial save was made by Belly. Zap to the left wing for Jack Ivey, burrows his way into the attacking zone. Whips it around corner to corner to the far side for Ben Ivey. At the half wall, Ben across for Jack, top of the left circle. To the line, Gagnon across. Zap to the middle. Ben Ivey was trying to tip it in, and it goes wide. Jack Ivey holds it at the near half wall. To the line for Gagnon. Drifts towards the high slot. Fakes a shot. To the left for Jack Ivey. Back in the high slot. He'll shoot, and it's gobbled up by Belly with no rebound. 7:18 to go in the second period. 1:16 remaining on the Wrangler power play. Really like that puck movement from the Wranglers' first power play unit on that opportunity. Able to get a couple good chances in on Max Belly. As the second unit steps on, Papaspropoulos, Stepanek, McNaughton, DeMarco, and Jeffers. The personnel here for the Wranglers as McNaughton will take this draw against Cohen Belsterling. Wranglers win the draw. Left point, DeMarco. Down below the circle for Stepanek. Back to DeMarco. Across, Jeffers in open space. Settles it down. Jeffers. Down low, Papaspropoulos, quick pass to DeMarco, a blast, and a pad save by Belly on that bid. Stepanek at the half wall, back to DeMarco. Exchanges places with Jeffers. Jeffers across, one-timer is fought off by Belly. Bouncing puck is shoveled down low by Stepanek. Wranglers go corner to corner, is on the far side. Papaspropoulos from the circle, tries to take a shot. Puck rolled off his stick at the last second, and the Jackalopes will get a clear. McDonough plays it for Jeffers, quickly turns back up ice. I'll drop it off for DeMarco as Belsterling was hot on his heels. Second unit still out there for the Wranglers As Jeffers finds McNaughton, steps over the blue line, finds Papaspropoulos, back to McNaughton down the wall. Centering feed goes off a body. Puck goes corner to corner. Stepanek drops it off for DeMarco, who winds his way deep. Back up to the right point for Papaspropoulos. Fakes a shot. Finds DeMarco. Right circle shot. Puck goes wide. Stepanek fans on the one-timer with the net wide open. Stepanek back in the right point. Across for DeMarco. Back to even strength. Across. Jeffers one-timer. Couldn't get enough on it. Rebound chance is shut down by Belly as well. And now we get a whistle as the net has come off with 5:50 to go in the second period. Whoa, boy. The Wranglers come up empty-handed on that power play opportunity, but they generated a lot of momentum from that with a couple of really good opportunities on Max Belly, who stood tall and was up to the task. So sometimes it's not about scoring on the power play. It's about the moments and the shifts that happen afterwards with the momentum on your side. Look for this to be one of those key moments for the Wranglers after generating a lot of momentum on that power play opportunity. Draw in the near circle of the Jackalopes zone. Luke Morris will take it for Amarillo, and he will win it. Left point, Gagnon towards the goal, off a body to the far corner. Morris there to pry it off the boards. Drop pass for Gagnon, back to Morris. High slot shot, directed wide off a stick in front. Is on the near side wall. Troutwine pinching, trying to keep this puck in the Jackalope zone. It glances off his glove and back out to center. Morris turns up ice, enters the attacking zone, but unfortunately the Wranglers were a step offside with 5:25 to go in the second period. Neutral zone draw incoming. You look at the second period shot count. Reads 10-8 in favor of the Wranglers. So currently in-house it's 21-13. Wranglers doing a much better job of getting pucks on net here in the second period as opposed to the first. And they were able to get a goal out of it on a snipe from Topi Pukkanen to give the Wranglers the 1-0 lead. As the Jackalopes will roll the puck into the Wranglers zone. Amarillo trying to cycle it along the wall and get it out. And in open space, Jack Ivey will charge up ahead. A little dump and chase action from Jack Ivey. Goes behind the goal, beats out Rosenthal for the puck. As Gerhard digs it free. Puck along the boards in the far corner. Kadlasik with the puck in his skates will send it out of play with 4:52 to go in the second period. Looks like that puck went into the Wranglers bench. So we'll see what this faceoff is. Looks like it's going to be in the neutral zone. Right in front of that Wranglers bench. Wranglers currently tied with El Paso for that third position in the South Division, both with 36 points. Although El Paso is idle here tonight. They are not playing, so the Wranglers with a win or a point here tonight would have sole possession of that third position in the South Division. Jackalopes from the neutral zone. Trickle it down behind McDonough. Right corner, DeMarco, forward pass off the stick of Papaspropoulos towards the goal. Pad save by McDonough as DeMarco on the rebound finds Zapp in the neutral zone. He'll drop it back. Nobody home except for Cameron Dunn. He'll wind it around behind McDonough. Keeps the play moving. Is in the right corner. DeMarco once again settles down a bouncing puck. Plays it ahead for Pukkanen. Right side, Papaspropoulos back to Pukkanen. Pukkanen rumbles into the attacking zone, finds Papaspropoulos, still shoot, and on the rebound try, Topi Pukkanen scores again! The Fantastic Finn double dips. It's 2-0 Wranglers with 4:18 to go in the second period. And off the rush, the Wranglers able to get another one by Max Belly. And Topi Pukkanen was leading the charge. Papaspropoulos going with him stride for stride. They connect with a couple sweet passes to give the Wranglers their second goal of the game, both scored by Topi Pukkanen. He now has sole possession of the Wranglers' team lead in points, as Pukkanen this season now has 12 goals and 13 assists for 25 points on the year. He's been a fantastic addition to this Wranglers team this season. As the Jackalopes drive the puck deep into the Wranglers zone, that'll be an icing on Odessa. 4:06 to go in the second period. So think about the first two contests here this weekend. Odessa scores the first couple of goals. Now, here tonight, The Wranglers have scored the first 2 goals, and this is an Amarillo team that when they score first are 9-1-1 on the season. So things looking good for the boys in blue with an offensive zone draw here. McNaughton to take it against Adam Armijo. Puck goes towards the near wall. Cooper slides it down behind the net, bounces off the end wall, and a big hit by Patilla on Grayson Gerhard as he springs back up to his feet, and the puck will drift back out to the neutral zone. Kristen picks up some speed, banks it off the near wall, down deep below the Wrangler goal line. Behind the net, Jeffers skates into open space with the puck. Forward pass connects with McNaughton. He'll charge through the neutral zone. Across for Gerhard. Back to McNaughton. Backhand try. Shut down by Odessa. Bouncing puck in the high slot. Settled down by Belsterling. He'll turn up ice. To the slot. Manlove with only the goalie to beat, and McDonough shuts him down. And a quick 1-2 pass. Teddy Manlove was in between the circles, and McDonough was able to shut him down in close quarters. Smith behind the net. Plays it up to the left point for Wojciechowski. Across. Rosenthal towards the goal. Deflected wide off a body. McNaughton chops at it. Gets it to the left point. Gerhard in the area. Can't corral the puck for the moment. And now he does and finds Cooper in open space. Bryce Cooper fires it off the end wall. Wranglers get a change here as the Jackalopes cycle it around in their own zone with 2:50 to go in the second period. As from center, Wright finds Smith. Throw it on goal. McDonough makes a quick save. Paddles it towards the near corner. Wranglers come free with it as Shunchikov. Wranglers go the other way. Potential 3-on-2 as Jack Ivey finds Gagnon. Across, looking for Shunchikov. Puck bouncing on edge. Gagnon gets it at the right point. Wraps it around the boards. Down low for Jack Ivey. On his forehand, on the near side half wall. Turns towards the middle. Puck bounces off a body and comes back out the center to Nolan Gagnon. And from center red, he'll just fire it down as it goes around for Tommy Shunchikov. Shunchikov winds, fires, and it goes high and wide. Has enough heat on it to carry it back into the Wranglers zone where Nolan Gagnon will play it across the trout line. The Minnesota man will play it forward for Shunchikov, off his stick and into the Jackalope zone. Wranglers trying to hem Odessa in their own zone as Shunchikov back off the far wall, fires it in deep once more. Wranglers get new personnel on. Second line out there for Amarillo, already combining for 2 goals here tonight. As Mitchell finds Benian over the Wrangler line. Rifles it down deep for Wizenand. Buchanan digs it free from the pile. Papaspropoulos, quick outlet pass for Zapp. Back to the left side for Papaspropoulos. Tries to go around Benian, gets held up. Wranglers keep possession though as it tumbles onto the stick of Troutwine. Colin Doherty will settle it down. He's got room to roam as he will go behind McDonough. Drifted along the near wall. Papaspropoulos, quick pass for Troutwine in stride. Nick Troutwine off a stick and out of play. He looked like he was trying to dump that puck in with the minute 05 to go in the second period. Wranglers with a 2-0 lead. So Topi Pukkanen, 2 goals in tonight's game. It's a multi-point outing for him. As looks like Papaspropoulos and Cooper have been credited with the assists on that second Wranglers goal. Neutral zone draw won by the Wranglers. Colin Doherty gains center red. He'll rifle it off the end wall. As it takes a thud and the Jackalopes try and twist it away. As the right point held in by DeMarco. He'll shoot and it goes wide. Dunn will slap it back out to center. Jackalopes going the other way. Kadlasik settles it down. DeMarco sprawling out to knock the puck off his stick. Excellent defensive play by the Michigan man. As on the far side wall, Dunn loses an edge, gets the puck back. Right point, Rosenthal finds Dunn down low. Kadlasik kicks it to his stick. Puck hops off the stick of Wojciechowski. As Miller in there to knock it off his stick. You get a whistle as with 27.5 seconds to go, he gets some sparring from behind the play. Luke Morris going at it with James Richmond. There's been some bad blood between those two throughout the course of the evening. Something tells me that That's not going to end anytime soon as both are being directed to the penalty box. And looks like they are pushing Morris towards the tunnel. And now they're going to take Richmond down the walkway as well. So looks like these are going to be it's going to be 4-on-4 here in the waning moments of the second period. And they're going to take this draw to the neutral zone in front of the Jackalope bench. Morris gets 2 minutes for cross-checking. And looks like so does Richmond as well. We're 4 aside in the waning moments of the second period. As Troutwine from his own zone. Button hooks at the blue line, finds Gagnon trailing across, connects with Ben Ivey. Tries to sashay his way into the Jackalope zone, gets stood up at the blue line, puck bounces back to Troutwine. And that'll do it for the second period. So we'll skate 4-on-4 for the first minute 32 of period 3 with the Wranglers with a healthy 2-0 lead after 40 minutes of play. Second intermission report coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network as the Wranglers have 2 goals from Topi Pukkanen in the second frame and have held the Jackalopes off the board through 2 periods of play. We'll recap the first 2 periods of tonight's game, looking forward towards the third. And we'll also peek in at some scores from around the league as some busy nights ahead of us in the South Division. Battles going on over in New Mexico and North Richland Hills. A lot of playoff implications at stake. We'll check in on it as the second intermission report goes on. We'll be back in just a few moments on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube. Wranglers looking to wrap up another W and put it under the Christmas tree as they head into the holiday break. And they're on the right track to do so with a 2-0 lead after 40 minutes of play over in the Permian Basin for the final showdown here at Ector County Coliseum this season against their rivals, the Odessa Jackalopes. So, scoreless first period, we head into the second period, and it's Topi Pukkanen getting things started for the Wranglers. With 11:58 to go in the second period, Pukkanen scores from Papaspropoulos and Zap to make it 1-0. And what a snipe that was from Topi Pukkanen. Had a lot of heat on it, was able to go 5-hole on Max Belly for his 11th goal of the season. And what a passing play it was from that second line of the Wranglers. Papaspropoulos with his head up, going stride for stride with Pukkanen the whole way. They were able to connect for a couple of quick passes before Pukkanen was able to rifle it by Max Belly for the opening goal of the game. But Pukkanen wasn't done after that, as he would score his second goal of the game. 15:43 into the second period from Papaspropoulos and Kyle DeMarco to make it 2-0 Wranglers. Another really good passing play from the Wranglers on a line rush. Papaspropoulos making the play happen on the right wing. He's able to fire it off the pad of Belly. Pukkanen cashes in on the rebound as the Wranglers take a 2-0 lead heading into the third period. And for Topi Pukkanen, he started to heat up as of late. Had a really good outing with the goal and assist last weekend against Lone Star. Here he is again factoring in here against the Jackalopes with 2 goals here tonight. He now has 12 on the season. He's now second on the team in goals behind only Jack Ivey, who has 15. And keep an eye out for those Ivey brothers as the night goes on. They've been buzzing as well, as Ben and Jack Ivey have connected for a few really good chances so far in this game. And you think about Jack Ivey and Ben Ivey, it seems like they have that twin sense where they just know where each other are on the ice at any given moment. Talking to Ben Ivey earlier on this season on Wranglers Weekly, he told me, you know, we're a big fan of the Sedin twins, and of course they are, as they are twins for the Wranglers, both committed to go play Division I hockey at Army next season. That'll be a treat to watch next year, as Jack Ivey already having a career year with 15 goals on the season, surpassing his mark of 12 for last season. Ben Ivey had a goal last night, as did Jack, as they look to cash in here again tonight. And Ben Ivey, the captain this season, leading the charge. The C on his sweater. He has 19 points in his 29 appearances this season, as the Wranglers currently step into the second half of their season, as game number 30 was last night. So this is the Wranglers' first game into the second half of the season, if you can believe that. It feels like just yesterday we were up at the NHL Showcase in Blaine, where the Wranglers went 3-1 and went back home 2 weeks later, faced off the Corpus Christi Ice Raiders on opening weekend. And it's been pretty smooth sailing for the Wranglers ever since. Ryan Anderson and company leading this team to a winning record of 15-9-5-1, 36 points in the South Division. Currently, as it stands, Wranglers are going to add 2 more to their back pocket and continue to climb the ladder in the South Division standings. We talked about it in the first intermission, how the second half of the game could benefit the Wranglers. Scoreless first period certainly really benefited the Wranglers after holding the Jackalopes off the score sheet. Wranglers are a second and third period team, as it seems, this season, and tonight was no different. 2 quick goals here in the second period give the Wranglers a healthy 2-0 lead, although they do say that the 2-0 lead is the most dangerous lead in all of sports. But knowing this Wranglers team and knowing the way that they're coached by Ryan Anderson, something tells me that they are always hungry, never satisfied. They will be on high alert to add to their total in the third period. Watch out for that first line. We just talked about Ben Ivey and Jack Ivey, but Jack McDonald's efforts will not go unnoticed. He has been phenomenal for the Wranglers over the last couple of games, as Jack McDonald this season leads the team in assists with 16, as he's currently on a 4-game point streak, 5 assists in his last 4 games, 2 assists last night here against Odessa. So, looks like Jack McDonald could be a guy to look out for as the Wranglers charge into the third period, looking to add to their total, come away with a victory head back home happy with 2 more points in their back pocket. They're on the right track against the Jackalopes team that is finishing up a lengthy homestand as things are starting to shape up in the South Division in terms of standings. A couple of the games going on here tonight. We'll take a look at them when we come back on the Wranglers' second intermission report on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube. Welcome back inside Ector County Coliseum for the second half of the second intermission report. Guy Chiarenza here live from the Permian Basin as we'll check in on some scores from around the league as the Wranglers currently lead this one 2-0 after 2 periods of play. As we check in over at Outpost Ice Arenas as the Warriors and Ice Wolves are going at it. Looks like that's a barn burner as it's tied 4-4 in the late stages of the second period. Both teams battling for playoff position as Oklahoma currently in the 7th slot with 30 points. New Mexico sitting at 5th place with 31 points. So I think if Oklahoma gets a win there, they have a chance to leapfrog the New Mexico Ice Wolves, a team that the Wranglers will see on New Year's Eve weekend on that Friday and Saturday. Or December 30th and 31st. I can't remember if it's a Friday or Saturday or not. It's too far ahead in the year. Not sure. But you can get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. And you can go check out that Wranglers game. And now I have to check. Now I have to make sure that what days those games are on, as it is going to be a New Year's battle between the Wranglers and the New Mexico Ice Wolves as to give the Brahmas a 2-0 lead over the Ice Rays heading into the second intermission in that game. And that's all the South Division action that we have here tonight as teams are starting to shuffle into the Christmas break. Wranglers looking to do it in winning fashion. So we'll see if the Wranglers are able to do that. They're on the right track. We'll have some open space and room to roam to begin period 3. A minute 32 of 4-on-4 action to start off the period. Then Luke Morris And Teddy Manlove will come out of the box. Although I believe it should be James Richmond on the score clock. They got two number 11s on there. It's Luke Morris and James Richmond, both in the box right now for 1:32 to start the period. We're just moments away from third period action here at Ector County Coliseum, as they're getting a fresh sheet of ice out there to begin the third period of play. Looks like that Zamboni's moving pretty quickly. That thing's got some speed on it, as looks like it's going to be pretty interesting third period. Connor McDonough has held up extremely well here in this game. Thought that fatigue might be a factor for him coming into this game, as McDonough, I believe, is making his 7th straight start. As the last time that anybody not named Connor McDonough started a game for the Wranglers was here on November 26th, when Luca Gons got the start in the 6-3 loss. And it is McDonough's 7th straight start, as he started all 3 games for the Wranglers here this weekend, and he's played phenomenal in every single game. McDonough this season has played the most games out of any goaltender this season, with making his 25th appearance this year tonight. Right behind him, Quinton Sigurdsson, who's been given the night off as he played the first 2 games of the series. Now Max Belly steps in for Odessa, making his 4th appearance. So McDonough shouldered a lot of the workload for the Wranglers this season. Think about this being game 31 for the Wranglers on the year. Only 6 games of the season have been started by goaltenders not named Connor McDonough. So he's played a lot for the Wranglers, but I mean, you look at his stats, he's been playing excellent. As the native of Mendham, New Jersey, has a record of 13-6-4-1, 2.33 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage, and 1 shutout. So really the question for the Wranglers coming into the season was, Connor McDonough was phenomenal for the Wranglers last season down the stretch. Went undefeated, 4 straight shutouts, really became a legend in the town of Amarillo. And when it was announced that he was returning for his 2nd year with the Wranglers, his first full year with the club, the question was, would he be able to replicate that magic that he had last season and perform at an elite level? Well, the answer has been a resounding yes, he can, as Connor McDonough came up with some huge saves in the 2nd period to keep Odessa off the board. He's been excellent for the Wranglers tonight, and he's in the makings of doing something special that he's done once so far this season against the Shreveport Mudbugs early on in the month of November. And, of course, you probably know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to say the word because I know people out there believe in the announcer's jinx, but we will say that he's working on something special here tonight, and he's got 20 more minutes to hold Odessa off the board to do so. Back up to McDonough is Mason Joseph, former Maryland Black Bear. And really not just McDonough, but the whole team, both sides. When you kind of think about third game in 3 days, you wonder how much fatigue might play a factor. Looks like the Wranglers, once again, sharp here tonight. The Jackalopes have been skating pretty well as well. It just goes to show the conditioning of these athletes. Grind day in and day out, keep their bodies in tip-top shape for moments like this. I don't know how they do it. I certainly could not perform a feat like that, and that's why they're out there and I'm up here in the booth as we are ready to start third period action from the Permian Basin. Wranglers with a 2-0 lead over the Jackalopes. They'll look to add to it here in the third period. Topi Pukkanen with 2 goals in period 2. We haven't had a hat trick for the Wranglers so far this season. I was thinking about that last night as I went to bed, saying, darn, it would be nice to call a hat trick here in the Permian Basin, but looks like we might be on track to have one. We will wait and see. As we are getting ready to start third period action, Richmond barking some words as he's standing up in the penalty box. Luke Morris sitting down, calmly throwing some chirps Richmond's way. As both will be out of the box in 1 minute and 32 seconds. Wranglers will skate from left to right. Jackalopes from right to left, as you see it on NATV. And we'll paint a picture for you here on our YouTube audio stream. As Jackalopes lined up at the center ice dot. Ben Ivey fist bumps Nolan Gagnon. He will be the face-off taker for Amarillo. And away we go for third period action from Odessa. So some open space here to begin period 3. Dunn will glance it in. Goes to the far corner. Troutwine there to meet it. Dunn flips it around towards the left point. Wojciechowski in open space, fires it towards the goal. Goes off the leg of Ben Ivey and wide. Behind the net, bouncing puck, settled down by Odessa. Wraparound chance to shut down by McDonough. Kadlacik towards the middle for a shot, and they score. Cameron Dunn cuts the Wrangler lead in half. 26 seconds into the third period, Odessa responds. To make it 2-1. And that is a 4-on-4 goal for Odessa. And Cameron Dunn extends his point streak to 5 games. Now has 3 goals and 2 assists in that span. As they throw carrots on the ice after every Jackalopes goal, so they'll take some time to scoop those up, get that ice crew out there. I believe those might be members of the Junior Jacks. Scooping up those carrots. Odessa gets the opening goal of the third period from their leading point scorer in Cameron Dunn. Now has 8 goals in 29 games for Odessa this season. Picks up his 24th point of the year. Still 4-on-4 for the next minute and 9 seconds. As the ensuing draw is won by Odessa, looking to quickly tie the game. Mitchell finds Dunn in the neutral zone, gains the red line, now Wranglers blue. Dunn backhands it towards the near corner. He will give chase to Marco, the only man in front of him. Players pinned up against that corner wall. Everybody wants a piece of that puck. Wranglers will come out of it. As Topi Pukkanen gains the red line. Cuts towards the slot. Pukkanen shoots, and it goes wide. He's looking for goal number 3. Pukkanen on the doorstep. Backhand try. Fought off by Belly. Doherty joins the fray. Throws it towards the goal. And it's swept away by Vardy. Jacks out of numbers the other way. It's down the right side. Kadlacik across for Dunn. And he can't rip the shot away. The pass glanced off his stick. Wranglers catch a break. As they were pinching in the Jackalope zone, Odessa had numbers going the other way. And Amarillo clings to a 2-1 lead. That Dunn goal is assisted by Kadlacik and Richmond. 26 seconds into the third period. Drew Jeffers leads the charge for the Wranglers from their own zone. Jack Ivey gains some speed at center ice. Down the left wing, Ivey to the goal, looking for Morris in the middle, and the puck hopped over his stick. Oh, that puck just doesn't want to settle down. It's like a 2-year-old that's been given a Mountain Dew at 10 p.m. And now the puck bouncing around at center ice. Kristen backhands it behind the Wrangler net. Jeffers pops out with it on the far side wall. Finds Ben Ivey. Connects with Jack Ivey at center. And he will throw it on goal for a dump in. Wranglers get a change. Down the left wing, Kristen finds Bennion. In open space, he will turn up ice. Off the stick of Wizenan. Wranglers quickly crash to the puck as Troutwine takes a couple hacks at it, trying to twist forward. Bennion in the neutral zone, goes corner to corner as Troutwine loses the puck behind his net, turning, shooting, and Wranglers McDonough is able to get a glove on it and freeze it down. Looked like Wizenan was looking for a chance there, and a couple of pushing and shoving happening afterwards. 17:20 to go in the third period. Draw will be to the left of McDonough. Shot count reads 30-15 in favor of the Jackalopes. McNaughton We'll duel with Belsterling on the far circle. McNaughton's done a pretty good job in the face-off circle so far for the Wranglers this season, but the Jackalopes are going to come away with the puck after this, as they'll wind it down deep. Goes behind McDonough. Puck squeaks to Gerhard. Plays it forward off a stick. Goes to McNaughton. He bursts with speed in the neutral zone. Flips it towards the near corner. Off the wall. Wojciechowski takes a chop at it. Goes along the near side. Out to center where DeMarco will send it right back in. Wojciechowski behind the Jackalope net. Fires it up ahead. Connects with Wright. Drop pass on time for Belsterling. Right side from the circle. Shooting, and it's saved made by McDonough. Belsterling on the near half wall throws it towards the goal again. Shut down by McDonough. Jeffers trying to go off the wall and out. Instead, he was off the wall and up into the netting. Stops the clock with 16:35 to go in the third period. Ensuing draw will be to the right of Connor McDonough. As the fourth line comes out there for the Wranglers, Miller, Chunchikov, and Morris. Morris in the faceoff dot against Kadlasik. Drew Jeffers comes away with the puck. Off the faceoff win by Morris. Wranglers from behind their own net escape the pressure from the Jackalopes. Twisted out towards the near side wall. Jackalopes pressuring here as Kadlasik shoots. Save made by McDonough. Rebound chance in the slot, and it's bouncing and somehow stays out. No goal! I did not see the red light come on. Looks like that puck had a ton of serious airtime, and it popped right into the arms of McDonough, and he swaddled it like a baby. And the puck stayed out of the net. We got no goal from the official, and looks like we're going to stay a 2-1 game here. Connor McDonough making save after save for the Wranglers here tonight. And another critical save there to keep the Wranglers lead at 1. This draw will be to McDonough's left, far circle of the Wranglers zone. Reminder, this is another game in the Austin Hose rivalry series that the Wranglers currently lead with 6 points in the series. Is at the line. Mitchell goes to the right point, gets crunched by Ben Ivey. Trying to pick the puck free. Jackalopes at the far half wall. Centering pass off the stick of Dunn. Twisted towards his left for Vardy. He'll shoot. Blocker down by McDonough. Goes off the end wall. Wranglers go to the far side where McDonald will start the breakout. To the neutral zone. Troutwine into the attacking zone. Goes down the wall behind the net. On his backhand. Shadowed by Vardy. Vardy plays it up to the left point where Gagnon will whack it down. As Vardy is able to settle the puck and get it back out to the neutral zone. McDonald into attacking territory. Plays it behind the net. Trevor Mitchell coming away with it. Cutting down his Zap. Steals it away from behind the net. Roman Zap on his forehand. Tries to center one. Goes off the stick of Richmond. And Odessa will escape any more danger. Wranglers are able to get partial line change here as McDonald comes off. Pukanen comes on. Jackalopes looking to exit their own zone as Hayden DeMars drops it off for Lemuel Vardy. Armijo takes a tumble in the neutral zone. Papaspropoulos steals the puck away. Left side, Papaspropoulos towards the middle looking for Zap. Glanced off a stick and went to the right corner. DeMars going the other way. Left side has Manlove. Eddie Manlove tries to shovel it back down deep, but the Wranglers get in front of it, and they go up ice. Roman Zap rumbles into the attacking zone. Loses an edge, but Topi Pukanen holds it. Pukanen to the line for Doherty. Settles it down and fires, and it goes off the end wall. Pukanen comes up with the puck at the half wall. Twists towards the middle. Pukanen tries to get a shot away. He was defended well by Jack Kristen. Left point. Doherty towards the goal. Goes off the end wall and towards the near side. DeMarco pinching, trying to hem the Jackalopes in their own zone. Odessa's able to sky it back out the center for a clear. Racing ahead is Hayden DeMars. He's cut off by Colin Doherty as DeMars will peel back on the forecheck and head towards the bench. Wranglers will tap it into the Odessa zone. They will now get a change as Cooper finds Jeffers. Play goes down deep into the Jackalope zone. Wranglers get tumbled into the corner. Look, that was McNaughton being checked by Wizendand. He gets back up to his feet. Jackalopes go the other way. Centering pass, Benny and across. Wizendand! McDonough denies him! Unreal! McDonough making save after save. Ivanov towards the goal. Fought off by McDonough again. I think we know who the number one star might be here tonight. Although Topi Pukkanen might have something to say about it. As Cooper skates it out the center, gains the red line, goes left side for Gerhardt, towards the goal, fires high and wide, goes around the glass, back out to center. Contested puck here, Bennion for Ivanov over the blue line, and he gets decked by Cooper. Jacob Miller with the puck in open space, with room to roam. Jacob Miller down the near wall, shovels it forward. Goes off a stick to Luke Morris. Morris will whip it around towards the far corner. In open space, Vardy with Wranglers crashing in on him. Gets it out the center, but the Wranglers get possession back. 12:43 to go in the third period. Wranglers lead 2-1. Chunchikov rumbles into the attacking zone. Tommy Chunchikov towards the middle looking for Morris, and the puck just escaped him. Right point, Gagnon across for Troutwine towards the goal, deflection try, and on the doorstep, it's Miller time! Jacob Miller, his first North American Hockey League goal, gives the Wranglers a 3-1 lead. Jacob Miller is fired up. It's Miller time in Odessa as he restores the Wranglers' 2-goal lead. And what a moment for Jacob Miller. Somebody get that puck as he picks up his first point as a Wrangler. And what a moment for number 9 in blue. So with the 2-goal lead restored, Colin Doherty off the ensuing draw will wrap it deep into the Odessa zone. Odessa quickly skates it back out to center, trying to get that goal back. Jack Kristen winds it around towards the near side half wall. DeMarco converges in on Richmond. Ben Ivey will peel the puck away to the neutral zone. Jack Ivey will flag it down as it gets glanced into the Jackalope zone, and they're going to call that an icing, but boy, that was pretty close, as looked like Jack was right on the red line. But they are going to call this an icing on the Wranglers with 12:03 to go in the third period. Ben Ivey will take the draw to the left of McDonough. Jackalopes win it. Kristen, right side shot. Fought off by McDonough. He will squeeze it. No rebound with 11:59 to go in the third period. So it is Jacob Miller from Tommy Chunchikov and Nick Troutwine, the call that we have right now. Tommy Chunchikov picks up a point in his 100th North American Hockey League game, every one of them being played with the Wranglers. He's one of the 2 original Wranglers from Season 1 on the squad here this season, the other being Kyle DeMarco. And Nick Troutwine looks like he picks up his first point as a Wrangler. So big goal there for the Wranglers as they're looking for more. Lurking at the blue line, Wranglers see the puck tumble back towards their own zone as they were looking to go back up ice. Left side, Topi Pukkanen into the attacking zone, leaves it for Papaspropoulos towards the goal, and a tip-in chance is denied by Belly. Zapp was lurking in the area. DeMars through center, down the right wing wall. Tips it in deep. Troutwine there defensively, has it pinned up against the wall. DeMars on his forehand, twisted along towards the near side. Vardy, defenseman pinching in deep. Flips the script and sends it towards the far side wall. Armijo, right circle, settles it down and shoots. Pad save McDonough. And it's swept away by Zapp towards the far side wall. Chance for Vardy. Blocker saved by McDonough as he put down the paddle to stop it. Right side. Mitchell takes a try as His shot gets floundered into the neutral zone, or excuse me, into the slot, and the Wranglers, Zap, will curl and possess for the Wranglers as both teams get fresh personnel on the ice. Gerhard will knock it in. Kristen will give chase to the near side wall. Wizenan curling along the boards, having trouble settling that puck down as Jackalopes will bank it off the far side and into the Wrangler zone. Jeffers and Bennion battling in the near corner. McNaughton joining the pile. TJ Ritchie, the big man from Poland, Ohio, will send it along the far side for Stepanek. It's met along the boards by Matvey Ivanov. Jackalopes looking to go the other way as here comes Ivanov into the attacking zone, and a defensive play by TJ Ritchie to direct him towards the corner. Excellent play by number 25 in blue as Jeffers will skate it free and up ahead for Stepanek on the near side. Forward pass offline for McNaughton. Jackalopes get in the way of it as Odessa starting to get more and more aggressive here offensively. Down by 2 with 9:20 to go in the third. On the far side wall, McNaughton finds Stepanek. To the neutral zone, the puck goes up for grabs. Stepanek goes down. Stay 5-on-5 is right. Tap it towards the near corner. Belsterling shovels it below the goal line, and a big hit by TJ Ritchie on right in the near corner. Oh boy, Wright felt the full force of 6'5" TJ Ritchie. As the Wranglers forechecking deep, Chunchikov tries to pin the Jackalopes in their zone, instead forces them into an icing here with 8:38 to go in the third period. Wranglers with a 3-1 lead. Strong will be to the left of Max Belly. Luke Morris will take the draw against Cohen Belsterling, and Morris will win it. Chunchikov racing after the puck. Is peeled away from him by Lemuel Vardy, who gets checked by DeMarco in front of the scorer's table. Wranglers lift it in, Belly to slow it down. Leaves it for Trevor Mitchell as the Wranglers get set up shop in a 1-2-2 formation as Vardy off the left side wall hops towards the Wranglers as Miller finds Chunchikov on the right side. Chunchikov driving towards the goal, spins below the right circle, backhands it behind the net for Jacob Miller in the far corner. He will spin it back towards the near side. Morris racing after it, throws a check on Vardy, but not before he lifts it towards the neutral zone. Colin Doherty evades a check from Dunn. Deep in his own territory, puck squeaks towards McDonough, and he will quickly make no mistake and pounce on that puck to melt it down. Wranglers lead 3-1 in Ector County Coliseum with 7:50 to go in the third period. We'll find out how this one ends when we come back on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube. Wranglers with a 3-1 lead with 7:50 to go in the third period, trying to take care of business here in enemy territory on the final game before the Christmas break. Defensive zone draw gets sent towards the far side wall. They will spar for it at the half wall. Wranglers come away with the puck as Nick Troutwine curls away from the pressure. Sends it up ice as it's settled down by Jack Ivey and knocked forward into the Jackalope zone. Jack Ivey digging deep, burrowing his way deep into the attacking zone. And his bouncing puck is settled down by Wojciechowski. McDonald gets sent down to the ice away from the puck as Richmond enters the attacking zone. Goes behind McDonough. Troutwine picks it up. Off the skate of McDonald. Pops away in the high slot. Richmond after it. Defended nicely by Gagnon. The try goes wide off the end wall. DeMars on the far side twists it below the goal line. Kadlacik on his backhand towards the middle looking for a trailer. Nobody there but the Wranglers captain and Ben Ivey. Forward pass goes off a glove and into the Wranglers bench for a stoppage. With 6:52 to go in the third period. Jackalopes lead the shot count 38-17, but when the Wranglers have had their chances, they've made them count. And what can you say about Connor McDonough, stomping 37 of 38 here tonight? He's been unbelievable. The Wizard has done it again. Connor McDonough making magic happen between the pipes for the Wranglers here tonight. It's going to be a pretty tough battle between him and Topi Pukkanen for the first start of the game, but the Wranglers can cruise to victory. As right point, Wojciechowski sends it in deep. Left quarter, Manlove skates it along the wall. No wraps down deep for Armijo. Zap checks him along the wall. DeMars steps in and handles the puck. The left point for a shot there is blocked. Rosenthal's second try. Pad save by McDonough. Cooper below the goal line. The Colorado native works his way along the right side wall and banks it off that wall deep into Jackalope territory. It'll be good enough for an icing. It's 6:17 to go in the third period. So this draw will come back into the Wranglers zone. Jacks are able to get a full change here as they will send out the Bennion line, listed as the second line for Odessa on the depth chart. Draw to the left of McDonough. Won by the Wranglers as Cooper finds Jeffers. Roll it along the near wall for Papaspropoulos. Turnover here as Bennion towards the slot. Paddled away by McDonough. Dangerous opportunity for Odessa is denied as left point Vardy looking for more towards the goal. Deflection wide. As Pukkanen along the left wing will sky it the distance for another icing on Amarillo. With 5:54 to go in the third period. So Odessa just now has cracked the 40-shot mark here in this game. McDonough has stopped all but one of them. Looks like the Wranglers have taken their timeout. Ryan Anderson wants to talk things over, especially after that last icing where he wouldn't be able to get a change. So lets his guys get a rest, able to draw up a play here as the Wranglers converse over at their bench. Ryan Anderson and Connor Yanni have done an excellent job for the Wranglers behind the bench this season. Seems like the Wranglers are really starting to hit their stride, and at the right time, too, as the Wranglers enter the second half of the season, looking to improve to 16-9, 5-1 with a victory here tonight. Pick up points 37 and 38 on the season. As next up on the docket, a matchup with the New Mexico Ice Wolves, a two-game set over at the Budweiser Bullpen on December 30th and 31st. That is a Saturday and a Sunday. You can get your tickets at panhandletickets.com, and something tells me that's going to be one for the ages. Mexico, a physical team, but they can also score. And they've got really good goaltending, and Andy Vlaha as well stood on his head the last time the Wranglers saw him at Outpost Ice Arenas. And oh, by the way, that'll be the end of the season series between the Wranglers and the Ice Wolves. So that'll be the last time to see New Mexico in town. Better get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. Make sure you don't miss it. The defensive zone draw one by Odessa. They'll fire it towards the goal. Goes off a body. They'll collect it on the near wall as Bellsterling tries to center it. Jack Ivey gets in the middle of it, and he'll skate it out to center. Right side, Ben Ivey rumbles into the attacking zone. Tries to go back to Jack Ivey off a skate into the far corner. Strandberg gets in the way of the Wranglers' plans in the far corner. McDonald gets sent down to the ice. No call as Jack Ivey on his backhand to the left point. Colin Doherty gains the circle, fires it wide, and not by much. Ben Ivey on the wraparound. Shoot, save made by Belly. Ben Ivey on the wraparound try, and it flips off the side of the net. Another jab in by McDonald, and somehow Belly stopped that from going in the net. Seems like Belly was flopping every which way like one of those balloons you see outside of a car dealership. As now, Jackalopes drive deep into the Wranglers zone. Wranglers hem them off the puck. Centering feed is blocked by the Wranglers. Jack Ivey with it below his own goal line. Wranglers trying to possess here. Jackalopes making it difficult for him. As eventually DeMarco will skate free with it. McDonald will bank it off the near wall and back out the center. 4:42 to go in the third period. Wranglers with a 2-goal lead as the puck hops into the Wranglers bench with 4:39 to go in the third. Make sure you follow the Wranglers' social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram. Make sure you stay up to date with the Wranglers so you know what's going on at the Budweiser bullpen, and you keep up with your Wranglers all season long. As Straw will be in the neutral zone in front of the Wranglers bench. Kadlacek against Morris. Morris has done an excellent job in the faceoff dot for the Wranglers this weekend, and he wins another one. Troutwine finds Gagnon. Forward pass off a skate. Tumbles into the Jackalope zone. Right corner. Miller slams a man up against the boards. The recipient was Rosenthal. Wranglers chop it down below the goal line. Gagnon will pinch and try and keep it in. And for the moment he does, as at the right point, Morris settles it down, whips it on goal. Save made by Belly, and he quickly pounces on the rebound with 4:13 to go in the third. Afterwards, we've got some pushing and shoving. Officials quick to break this one up. Got some bad blood here as Miller going at it with Dunn. And Miller, with the third Wranglers goal here tonight, is going to take a seat in the penalty box. So it looks like the Jackalopes will have a power play chance here, as Miller's the only representative in the box for either side. The straw will be to the left of McDonough to open the Jackalope power play. It's 2 minutes to Miller for unsportsmanlike conduct. With 4:13 to go in the third period. So Wranglers looking for a big penalty kill here as right point. Kristen walks the line, goes right side, across Rosenthal, but Belly's off the ice. Looks like we're going to have another penalty here against the Wranglers. As Belly came off for the extra man. And so we await what the call is here. Wranglers holding a conference in their own zone. Ivy twins out there with Doherty and DeMarco. Looks like no penalty on the Wranglers. Still 5-on-4 for the Jackalopes. As left side, Vardy drops it off for Rosenthal. Now Belly goes off. He's going off for the extra man. Jackalopes pulling the goaltender pretty early here with 4 minutes to go in the third period. So now it's a 6-on-4 situation as it goes behind the net. Jackalopes in the right corner. Kadlacek finds Kristen all alone at the line. Kristen, right side. Kadlacek down low. Centering pass goes off a stick. Dunn has it on the right side. Tries to go across. Hits the body of Jack Ivey. He'll skate out to center. Fires for the empty net, and it's off the mark. And that'll be scooped up by the Jackalopes. Remember, the Wranglers can fire at the empty net short-handed and not face the consequences of an icing. His left side, Benion steps over the Wrangler blue line. Glances it off the glass. And the Wranglers see the puck tumble below the goal line. Battle for it in the far corner. Troutwine trying to peel it free. Pops up to the right point for Patilla. Braden Patilla to the left side. Rosenthal settles it down, takes his time, and he scores. Deflection in. Looks like it's Michael Kadlasik. That makes it a 3-2 hockey game. Just a bang-bang play, and the Jackalopes get a power play goal. And now this thing gets a little bit more interesting. It's Michael Kadlasik picking up the goal from Rosenthal and Benian. For Kadlasik, that's his 9th goal of the season. He's second on the team in points, only behind Cameron Dunn, who has a goal in tonight's game. Kadlasik with a multi-point affair, now has 21 points on the season, playing in his 29th game. So the Wranglers still with a 1-goal lead with 2:58 to go in the third period. Looks like having the extra attacker paid off for Odessa. We'll see if they quickly try and get Belly back off for another try with the extra man. We're back to even strength after Odessa scored on the power play. 5-on-5 here for the moment as Armijo gains the zone. He'll backhand it behind McDonough. Gagnon around. Held in at the right point by Mitchell. Banks it off the wall, down deep. Met by DeMars. Wranglers quickly pin him up against the wall. Wranglers and Jackalopes tumble to the ice of luck. Everybody still trying to dig that puck free. For the Wranglers, the beneficiary here as time comes off the clock. Bellies to the bench. Arm is raised by the head official. Somebody's touched up, and there's going to be a penalty here. Question is it on the Wranglers or the Jackalopes, as Belly had gone to the bench for the extra attacker regardless? Usually that's an indicator as to who the penalty may be on. And they are taking Hayden DeMars to his holding cell. So Wranglers catch a big-time break here. And we'll see what the official call is here, but big break for Amarillo with 2:11 to go in the third period. Now you think about a power play late in the game for the Wranglers. 5-on-4 situation. Odessa, if they're able to possess and get the extra man on, they would only take it to 5-on-5. So big break for the Wranglers here late in the game, trying to come away with another victory in enemy territory. It's 2 minutes for slashing to DeMars. And that is huge. So not only does that give the Wranglers a power play, it's also an offensive zone draw for Amarillo. This will be to the right of Max Belly. Critical sequence of the game as Zapp out there with Papaspropoulos, McNaughton, DeMarco, and Jeffers will take the draw against Kadlasik, the most recent goal scorer. As Zapp wins it. Goes to DeMarco, settles it down, fires it in deep. Right corner, McNaughton drops it off for Zapp below the goal line. Pitches it to his left for Papaspropoulos. Bouncing puck, unable to be settled down. Jackalopes done. Works his way into the Wranglers zone. Belly off for the extra attacker. Wranglers possess. And we're going to have another penalty here with 1:50 to go in the third. And they're going to take Kyle DeMarco for cross-checking. Oh boy, so it just gets more and more interesting. High drama here at Ector County Coliseum. So now you've got DeMarco in the box, 4-on-4 for the next minute 39. Belly between the hash marks. waiting for a signal, and I guess as soon as the Jackalopes possess, they're going to send him off for the extra tackler, which would then put us at 5-on-4 for the Jackalopes. It looks like Odessa's going to take their time out here and talk things over. It's interference on DeMarco. As 1:50 to go in the third period. Doesn't get any tighter than this. But it seems like in moments like this is where the Wranglers seem to come alive. We'll see if they're able to fight off the Jackalopes and head back home with another victory in their pocket. Ryan Anderson drawing up a play for the Wranglers on the bench. Odessa's taking their timeout. This is one of my favorite rivalries in the South Division. Wranglers and the Jackalopes. Seems like these games are always right down to the wire. They're always fun, spirited affairs. Good old-fashioned hockey games that leave you on the edge of your seat. And it looks like the Jackalopes are going to waste no time. They're going to send Belly to the bench, and he loses an edge just as he was about to tumble into the boards. Unfortunate events for Max Belly as Quentin Sigurdsson gives him a tough time. So Jackalopes 5-on-4 here with the extra man on, and they win the draw. Wojciechowski to the left side for Rosenthal. Puck is up in the air in the slot. Wranglers are able to direct it towards the far side. Dunn in the corner. Up top for Wojciechowski. Walks the line, right side. Dunn, top of the circle, down low. Kadlasik behind the goal line. Back up to Dunn. Again, top of the circle. Shot blocked out in front. Wranglers trying to sweep it away. Is Jack Ivey in the area. Dunn across for Wojciechowski. Back to Dunn, right circle. Down low, Kadlasik behind the net. Back to Dunn, high slot. Wojciechowski doesn't shoot across Rosenthal. One-timer, fought off by McDonough. Back to Wojciechowski. Dunn right circle, across Rosenthal, and the pass was behind him. Rosenthal, fans on the shot. Ben Ivey lurking in front of him. Rosenthal towards the goal, blocked in front by Troutwine, and Ben Ivey sweeps it to the left point. Rosenthal along the wall for Wojciechowski. Curls at the half wall, back to Rosenthal, and he fumbles the puck at the blue line. He has to come all the way back out the center. Wranglers catch a break as the Jackalopes Dunn fires it in. Goes around towards the near side wall, battle at the half wall, 35 seconds to go. Dunn, backhand pass to Patilla. He'll walk the line. Braden Patilla, left side Dunn, across, shot from Farty, it goes wide. Has some steam, carries it to the left point. Patilla keeps it in, wraps it down deep. McDonough chops at it, out of the net. Doherty will fire it down, back to the neutral zone. 16 seconds to go. Left side, Dunn, off the glass to Patilla. Shadowed by Troutwine, comes to Doherty, spins away from the pressure. Tries to pin it against the boards. Zapp will take a whap at it. An empty net is open, and he fires it wide, and that'll be an icing. No! Wranglers win! Time expires. Smoke them if you got them. The Wranglers stay alive, and they win it 3-2 in Ector County Coliseum. What a game. Connor McDonough have a night as they quickly erase the score from the scoreboard. The Jackalopes say, nah, no, we don't want to look at that. They get it off the board. That's fine. I have the Null website to take a look at. As the Wranglers, McDonough stops 39 of 41 in the victory. Topi Pukkanen, 2 goals. Jacob Miller picks up his first goal as a Wrangler and his first in the North American Hockey League. What a big-time win for the Wranglers here tonight. Pick up 5 out of 6 standings points in enemy territory. Head home with a nice Christmas gift of 2 points in their back pocket as they head into the holiday break on a high note. Wranglers post-game show coming up next on the Wranglers Hockey Network on NATV and YouTube. Wranglers win 3-2 from Ector County Coliseum. Wranglers win it 3-2 in the Permian Basin as Connor McDonald put on a show here tonight, stomping 39-41 against the Jackalopes team that threw everything they could at him. What else can you say about McDonald? I mean, you'd think coming into this game, making his third straight start in as many days, his seventh straight start overall, you'd think that at some point he'd show some fatigue, but no, not Connor McDonald, as he made save after save. Some of the most acrobatic saves I've ever seen in my entire life. What a treat to watch here tonight as he stood on his head and led the Wranglers to victory here tonight. Well, he's got a tough competition for that first start of the game, as Topi Pukkanen did have 2 goals here tonight. Alex Papaspropoulos, the primary assist on both of them, as the Wranglers jumped out to a 2-0 lead with 2 goals from Pukkanen in the second period. Odessa would respond 26 seconds into the third period on a 4-on-4 goal from Cameron Dunn to make things interesting. And then Jacob Miller was right on the doorstep in the right place at the right time to cash in for his first goal as a Wrangler. Tommy Chunchikov with the assist in his 100th North American Hockey League game. Nick Troutwine gets the secondary assist. It's his first point as a Wrangler. But 17:01 into the third period, just a little under 3 minutes to go in the game. Michael Kadlasik is able to tip one in off a shot from Riley Rosenthal. Zach Benian gets the secondary assist to give us a bit of a heart attack and really give us some high drama here at Ector County Coliseum. But the Wranglers stood tall thanks to some even more big saves from Connor McDonald. What else is new? And the Wranglers are able to find a way to hold off the Jackalopes, survive, and head back home with 2 more standings points. Puts them up to 37 and 38 points on the season this season. Or double there. Oh my gosh. 38 points on the season. They now have sole possession of the 3rd place slot in the South Division. And they will head home happy and then meet the New Mexico Ice Wolves for a battle on December 30th and New Year's Eve. You can get your tickets at panhandletickets.com. Listen, I got to tell you, as much as I like having you here on my broadcast, I like seeing you over at the Budweiser Bullpen in person. I think you should get your tickets at panhandletickets.com for that matchup between the Wranglers and the Ice Wolves, one that I'm certainly looking forward to, as the Ice Wolves are a team that, again, like the Jackalopes, trying to get every point that they can muster up as they are trying to fight their way into the playoffs as we now enter the second half of the season. Full team effort from the Wranglers here tonight. Connor McDonald led the charge. Topi Pukkanen supplied the goals, and Jacob Miller gets the game-winning goal for the Wranglers here tonight, as it was Miller time from Ector County Coliseum, our final battle here over in the Permian Basin. 2 more games between these 2 teams this season, both at the Budweiser Bullpen. We will not see the Jackalopes again until February 23rd and 24th to cap off the season series. Now, before we head out here on the post-game show, let's take a look at some scores from around the league and make sure we didn't miss anything, as we had 2 other South Division games going on over at Outpost Ice Arenas. Waning moments of the third period. Looks like the Ice Wolves are going to maybe cruise to victory with a 6-4 lead over the Warriors in the late stages of that game. So New Mexico will also be riding high into that New Year's Eve matchup. Certainly is going to be a treat to watch over at NYTEX Sports Center with 5 minutes to go. Lone Star has a healthy 2-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Ice Rays. So looks like with the New Mexico win, they will hold off the Warriors. Jackalopes will stay in that 6th place position despite the loss here tonight with a Warriors loss. 6 teams make it in. It's going to be fun to watch down the stretch. Good news for the Wranglers is they continue to hold their own fate in their own hands as they continue to put points up on the board and climb the ranks of the South Division. I don't think that'll do it for us here at Ector County Coliseum. Once again, the Wranglers win 3-2 in the Permian Basin. As I'm Guy Chiarenza saying so long and a Merry Christmas, as I'd like to thank Brandon Luisi, all the people here in Odessa for their hospitality and their support, their tech team, everybody here for helping us put on a good broadcast. Wish them a Merry Christmas. We'll see them down the road in February. As I once again like to wish everybody a happy holiday season. We'll see you on the other side of the break. So a Merry Christmas, and we'll see you for New Year's at the Budweiser Bullpen. Guy Chiarenza saying so long and good night from Odessa.